Oi, 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 oi. It's Monday. Listen, we got through what was an unbelievably hot weekend. Temperatures were soaring. Sadly, it was a little bit gloomier today. It's Monday. We've got 4 days left of work until our next weekend. But do you know what? What we do have, and this is what brings a smile to my face, we've got a legend panel, as always, and it's our Monday show. We've got Shane, DJB, and Normski. And I'm humbled to have these superstars talking to me every single Monday. And we'll start off with Shane, and I want to ask you, my good fucking friend, how are you doing, my man?
I'm all right, man. I'm all right. Yeah, good. Happy with the Jokeres deal. Literally just got me there. There's some fucking mutant that's been messaging me, so I was just replying to
Get used to it. Get used to it.
But no, all good, man. All good. Delighted to be here. The Monday nights, I do look forward to them. And for once, we have some good stuff to talk about. It's not all rosy, of course. It's not all rosy, but we will get into it. We'll get into it all. But happy to be here, man. Happy to share the screen with the legends, and happy for the, as you would call them, and it's always true, the world-class chat, man. The world-class chat.
Yeah, of course. Yeah, no. And the chat are unbelievable. That's why we do it, you know. Otherwise, we'd just be 4 individuals just absolutely talking shit to ourselves, wouldn't we? And thankfully, we've got an audience, and thankfully, we've got DJB to help us talk to them as well, man. Thank you very much for turning up.
Yeah, I'm all good. All good. As I said, just some positives. Jokeres looks like it's going to get over the line, and signings are coming thick and fast. Thank God for Berta. That's all I can say. You know, we haven't got them flipping burgers and doing barbecues this summer. We've actually got someone doing some work. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, the hot dogs and the onions have been put to the side, and we're actually getting some players through the door. But this is something we should have sorted out years ago, Aaron. Do you know what I mean? It's yeah. The next thing we've got to do now is make sure that we play the right way to suit the players that are coming in. Otherwise, it could be a disaster.
Yeah. That's absolute facts. And of course, last but not least, a human being I unbelievably respect and love, and I think everyone else does as well. Normski, man, how are you doing, my wonderful pedigree chum?
I'm all good, man. I'm all good. Big up, as the famous words of Aaron. Big up to the world-class chat, and obviously it's great to share a panel with the legends in DJB Shane. Listen, I love his breakfast show, man. I'm getting so full. I'm loving the breakfast. I'm loving that breakfast show, mate. You know,
I mean, I don't know about the mushrooms and the beans thing and all of that, but you know what I mean? Yeah. His show is very appetizing. I'm not going to say it. You know, it is. It's a very good show, and do you know what? I've said this to Shane as well. For me personally, I think it's the best breakfast show out there. I do. I think it's numero uno.
Literally, where I am, like because I work for Openreach, I'm advertising. I'm not from like
yeah.
I work for a telephone company, and
well, you got to pay me now, though. You got to pay me. Yeah, so cool. 500 quid, yeah.
No, and so literally, I've got my phone set up. Right? I've got it all set up. But first of all, every now and again, I go into the Matrix and say, "Shane, I've got some stuff for you. I've got some stuff for you." Sometimes I'll video call and I said, "Have a look at this. What do you think?" They'll go, "Yeah, let's chuck it in." Like,
he's rubbing his hands together, isn't he? He's like, "Oh,
I will dissect this."
Absolutely brilliant show. Love doing this show every Monday night. Look forward to it. And we've got a lot to talk about. And may I say, gentlemen, that listen, I know, Aaron, you had I'm sure you're starting to come around a little bit with Bert. I know you had some like, what's going on? Maybe you still got a little bit of a, but listen, Bert flew back from Sporting Lisbon, Portugal, and he said, "Hang on a minute, let me go back over there, bro." And he went over there with his gun, and he said, "Yo, you take this, and I'm gone. You don't like it? I'm getting back on my jet." And here we have it. That's it, bro.
Yeah. Do you know what? I wasn't going to start with this, but let's start with Berta. Okay, so I've heard DJB and you be quite loud in terms of your respect for what Burton's doing, and I'll take that to some sort of degree. But when I sort of think there, and I want to challenge both of your opinions on this, because I'm quite convinced, totally, purely because what are you convinced about? The Gyökeres signing and that's it? Because when I'm looking at the other signings, and you're looking at Kepa, Ariza, who cares? Yeah, that's not Bert signing. Okay, cool. And then we're looking at Norgard. Are you not going to give him credit for that, or disrespect for that? No. Okay, that's fine. Zubimendi, you're not willing to give him that? No. So when I'm now looking at why you're giving Bert so many props, I'm sort of kind of only thinking that you're giving it purely based on only the Gyökeres signing.
No,
So, I don't believe one second. Sorry, let me just land.
No, go on, man. No, go on.
Let me just. So I'm looking at that as a whole and an entirety, and I'm thinking that's nowhere near enough for me to turn back around. So I still hold my beliefs in Berta in terms of what have you really done. Whilst I am happy to concede that it looks like Gyökeres is Berta's doing, I also will not have him be out of the firing line for not refusing this Madueke deal. So I almost sort of think, for me personally, and this is why I want the discussion now, for all the good that he's done with Gyökeres, all the bad that he's done with Madueke. I'm ready to debate your point, because if Rodrigo and Eze had come in the door, I would be shut up. I wouldn't say anything like that, but I just don't want us to instantaneously turn around because it looks like he's getting the Gyökeres deal over the line. I personally, I'm not going to speak for everyone on the panel or in the chat. I personally believe he needs to do a bloody lot more before my thoughts come around. And whoever wants to take that.
Yeah. Look, I understand where you're coming from, Aaron, and I totally get the Madueke. Norgard, I don't get. The Madueke signing, I don't get. I think for me, what it is that in the past with Arsenal, we've gone round and round in circles, and in respect of who we've signed, everything's been drawn out. We've been linked, but nothing's actually happened. It's all just gone by the wayside. Although they're not the players ideally we want, Norgards, Maduekes and all of that, at least someone's getting... At least someone is actually...
Fuck you, mums.
Exactly. At least someone's actually getting things moving. And how I look at it is that he's coming through the door. He's only been here... You've got to remember, he's only been here a short amount of time. He's an outsider. He's never been linked with a football club. He's got no ties with a football club. He's come into a football team that's been dominated by the football manager and still is. Yeah. So I think he's just easing his way in. This is how I look at it. Could be wrong. I think he's just giving enough rope for Arteta to kind of hang himself with. I think he's saying to Arteta, okay, if that's who you've identified, I'll go away and I'll do some negotiating. Oh, and I want this one as a backup. No, okay, blah, blah, blah. Because he's not only just got to make the signings, he's got to try and balance the books as well, because he's realised that there's an horrific wage structure in the club as well. So he's having to sift through all of that, right? So I think he's just kind of just going in there and just keeping things a lid on it. I think you'll see Berta come to his absolute best sort of as time goes on. So if we don't get the results, if things don't start going right, he can then turn around and liaise with the Cronkies, because let's be honest, that's why the Cronkies have got the best that was out there. They've got him in really to sort a lot of things out. Now he can go back and say, well, he's had all these signings. I've done my part. I've done my job. I've got Madueke. I've got Norgard. I've got the backup goalkeeper. All of these people that he's highlighted, I've done my bit. Nothing to do with me. why results ain't going the way. I don't run the team. I don't manage the team. Now it swings on Arteta. Bert has done his job. He's done what he's been employed to do. He can only do what he's employed to do. And whether we think what he's doing is right or wrong with the players, he's doing what he's instructed to do, and that's get players in through the door. That's try and get players out. The rest of it is down to Arteta. So in that way, I believe he's doing what he's instructed to do. I still don't believe he's got sole say on what players come into the club, because Gorka is definitely a Berta signing.
Can I challenge that then? Can I challenge that by saying, if the Gyökeres deal wasn't so advanced, would then everyone not be saying, what the fuck is Berta doing?
Possibly.
No. You see, because I would agree with you partly, Aaron, and with DJB partly, that he's come in.
Yeah,
and
there's
I think
middle ground, absolutely.
I think if we do get the Gyökeres one, I think it might be a record for the amount of players, or touching on a record for the amount of players coming close to it. So he is getting players in. I'll make my judgment when I see the wages.
No. No. Is he getting players in though? Because if we're talking about Mosquera being an Arteta signing, we're talking, or is he?
Well, I don't think that's I don't know if that's an Arteta signing.
We're saying Norgard being an Arteta signing, Kepa being an Arteta signing. We're talking Zubimendi being an Arteta signing.
Yeah.
So there's question marks then over Mosquera maybe and Gyökeres. How is that?
Well, what I'm saying, but what I'm trying to say is,
in terms of what Berta's doing though, how is that groundbreaking or better than what everyone's done if he's only made 2 signings? Possibly.
No, I don't think anyone's saying it's groundbreaking. I think my thing is I'll have to see the wages first. If they're on extortionate wage, then he's completely dropped the ball. But he's not come into so far, and like DJB said, he can't just come in and just say these are all my players, use them. He has to let him have first choice on some of them. Yeah. Sadly, he has to let him have first choice on some of them. And then we're desperately lucky that the Sesko deal fell through. We're really lucky because that's who we'd have. Let's get it right. That's who we'd have. And Berta would be getting questioned. If he comes in and gets them on low wage, I'll go fair enough. But from what we heard, Kepa's going to be on 100 grand. And I don't believe that Madueke's going to get the same wage. I think it's funny how these cantons and all come out and they talk about Madueke's wage, not the transfer fee, and they talk about Kepa's transfer fee and not the wage. You know what I mean? Because that's what the way they dress it up.
Does anyone on this panel want Madueke and think that it'll be good for Arsenal? Because this is what I'm saying. Under Berta's control, what's Berta's job? And this is why I want transparency from the club. Because if we're giving Berta props for Gyökeres, then we need to be giving Berta negativity for the fact that Madueke's coming through the door. Sure, we have to be consistent.
As I said, I think he can only do his job what he's instructed to do. So if the manager goes to him and says,
but is that his job though? Is that his job?
Right. So
why is he being instructed to do something by the manager?
Yeah, time will tell. I don't think he can. Whilst this manager's here, I don't think he can. I don't think he's over the top of him. I don't think he can.
No, he's not. No. He's been brought in to negotiate better deals.
That's it. Yeah.
And then any deal that any sort of second choice, I would feel that's a Berta's been brought in to not let what happened last summer when the only striker Arteta wanted wasn't available.
Exactly.
And Arteta rolled over Edu and went without a striker. That's mainly what
any of us want Berta to come in and be that though.
No, but this is what I'm saying. So I think let me just come in here. I think with the Berta, I think the situation with him, I think we haven't really heard from him in terms of his sort of strategy and what the club is what is required of him. Because at the moment we're kind of like guessing. Because when we first heard that he was coming into the club, was like, yes, there's going to be a culture change in terms of how they do the deals and the fact that Berta has got his track record of getting quality players and making loads of money out of them or going in and doing good deals and all of that stuff. Yeah. So it almost seemed like, but if you look back at Atletico Madrid, both Simeone and Berta worked closely together, but at the same time, they were at loggerheads as well. So it wasn't he didn't have a clear run of, right, I'm the one's getting all the players. Because at the end of the day, you could look at it where the sport director will go, right, here are the players. Now you've got a little bit like what they were doing with Chelsea under Potter. They were just going out and saying, right, here's the players, coach them and make it work.
Yeah, they were picking for him.
Yeah, they were picking through him, so it didn't work. Now we know that Arteta's got what I think is full control, even when Edu was there. And the fact that Mediawake, he came out, Ornstein came out and said it. Fabrizio came out and said that is an Arteta signing. They actually said it's an Arteta signing.
Yeah.
And I absolutely get your frustration, Aaron, because the thing is, for so long we've been wanting to see proper business done at Arsenal, and I think this is where the frustration comes in. So in my head, when I saw him coming, I was using the old cheese wire analogy. Then there was an old point where I was saying, boy, I'm going to have to look at Burton with a bit of side eye here, because some of the signings, Norgard and that, I'm not saying that was his signings. We know the Arteta signings, but I'm thinking, how much power has this guy got? How much power has he got? And I think still the hierarchy is still Arteta's at the top controlling things. And I think, personally speaking, he's been brought in to get the deals over the lines. Because remember, he's not. We'll just finish. I don't think it's a fact that Arteta's going to be sitting down with the agents or whatever to do that. He's like, those are the players that I want. These are lists. He might have given him a list and say, and you've got to remember, before Bert came in, Zubimendi was there, and I'm sure he was talking. I'm sure he was lining up Madueke from time. So I think these are long-term targets that Arteta want. Now, I think as he comes in, if it doesn't work, that's when Bert can turn around to the owners and say, look, we've spent nearly £1 billion, near enough £1 billion. I think I said it on your, I can't remember which show I said it on. I think it was DJ Ben's show. I said £276 million could be potentially spent this summer with them bringing in 7 players. Here's your players, Arteta. You're paid 15.6 million. You need to make this work. If it doesn't work, then it's Arteta's neck on the line. Yes, it's another year wasted. It's another year wasted, and it's a frustration. I hear that, but I hear the Madueke thing, and that's when I was kind of giving a side eye. I'm thinking I was more acting out of frustration, because I think it's out of Bert's hand in terms of saying, no, let's stop that deal. We can't do that deal. And the fact that we're quibbling over 3 million, and then they go and say, right, this is the Madueke thing. So I think that's where the whole frustration comes in. But,
so obviously with that, then why is he? If that's what his job is, why have we not sold anyone?
Well,
so then if we've not sold anyone in 6-7 weeks, whose fault was that? So this is why
that's his fault.
That's his fault.
No,
I'm not jumping on the Berta sign Jokeres, so we're back now.
Yeah, no,
none of us are doing the same. None of us are doing the same. He has to sell. He has to sell. That's a lot harder to do with the dross that we have. It's a lot harder to do with the dross that we have and the wages we're on. But it looks like that there's already talk of Bayern Munich being in for Trossard. There's talk of Milan coming back for Zinchenko. He has to deal with a manager who didn't fucking play these guys when the league was over, when he should have. Hope that Zinchenko pops in a couple of goals. That's a few million on. The Kivior thing fell into his lap. Kivior came in, didn't do great. I don't know why everybody said that. He did fine, but it still added about 15 million onto his fucking transfer because he played a few. So his back's to the wall. But the thing is, you have to look at it from. I would only give this transfer window a 5 or a 6. And that's even if we sell. That's even if we sell players. Don't get me wrong. I'm just saying that Berta and the Madueke thing. If Madueke was 26, 27,
why is he not?
But he will. I think he will, though.
But why is he not? We're at the 14th of July. Like he's had fucking 5, 6, 7 weeks to sell one person. We didn't have to wait for the golden 1st of July to get rid of Zinchenko for 10 million. We know we're not going to make no profit on him. Why has he not sold Reece Nelson? Why has he not sold Lokonga? Why has he not sold Fabio Vieira? Why has he not sold Kivior? Why has he not sold fucking Zinchenko? There's loads of players that might not be the best sellable assets, but that can go out the door. And we've just not fucking sold any of them. All right, and if that's his job, then why is he fucking doing a good job?
Right. Yeah, no, I think that's his next chapter. I honestly think that, if no one goes out the door and we're not selling players, if we ain't selling players and we've still got the Trossards and the Congas and all of that,
we'd be problems next year.
Then questions
we've
can be
had time to do it though.
Yeah, but Aaron, if he had sold all them, and all the transfers don't work out, we've got about fucking 18-man squad going into the season. He has to make. We already have to tin his squad.
All right, cool. So let me flip that on you then, right? So who out of them players that I just labelled have a realistic chance of playing minutes in the first team next season? Lokonga, Vieira, Reece Nelson.
No, it's not about that. It's about numbers. We could have gone in with 18-man squad, Aaron. You just can't do that. You can't do that.
But of course it's about that because we need to sell them. We need to offload them.
Yeah, but you have to make sure you get the signings in first. You can't imagine he sold them, and then all the deal and 3 or 4 of the deals even fell through. We'd be absolutely screwed.
So by
Absolutely
definition,
screwed.
then what you're saying is all of them players have a role in the first team next season. That's what I asked
No.
initially.
They would have had to have a role
Yeah.
if loads of these transfers had fallen through. That's the nasty spot that Arteta had put this.
Yeah,
man
but
in.
you're taking what I asked and then you're twisting it to a different thing. What I said was, do you think them players have do you think them players have a role in the first team? You said no, so sell them. But now you don't want to sell them to get.
No. You're not listening. What I said was, if he sold them and the transfers he was going for fell through, we had a 22-man squad. So you take what, 4 or 5 of them out, and then 3 of the transfers fall through. You're going in, but even if they're not part of my plans, just for bodies alone, they would have been needed.
Granted, but
and it would have been a disaster.
They wouldn't get any minutes anyway. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
what do you mean?
Said they wouldn't get. You said they wouldn't get any minutes.
Under me, they wouldn't. No, of course they wouldn't. But if we only had 20 players, they'd have to at some point.
Yeah, but now we're talking about 2 different things. I'm saying, I asked, do you think they'll get minutes? You said no, so sell them.
No,
then.
of course
no,
not.
because we need a bigger
squad.
But I think you also said in the same context that you
I meant if we had all the new signings. If we had all the new signings, of course they wouldn't. If we had a big enough squad, they wouldn't. But just by numbers alone, if we only had 20 players going into the season, they'd have to play at some point. We wouldn't want them to, but they'd have to because he had to
play last year.
Yeah, but the problem
and look what happened.
Oh yeah, I'm not saying that's right or wrong. What I'm saying is they need to go. Why the fuck ain't they gone?
I think that's his next chapter, though, isn't it? I think that's his next chapter. Listen, I mean, with Berta, all he's doing really, he's working under instruction, isn't he? Let's be honest. Arteta still holds all the fucking. Arteta holds everything. He's bigger than the football club. This has been the whole problem of Arsenal. Arteta's bigger than the football club. The problem is, if we'd have got players out the door, first of all, we'd have been in a situation where we was in last summer, where we let Nelson go, we let Smith Rowe go, and we didn't replace them. And therefore, we then haven't got any rotation or squad rotation. So I understand what Shane's saying. If we'd have let all them players go first, we'd have been back to having no squad rotation if players hadn't have come in. So what I'm hoping is for now we're getting players in.
Yeah, we've got Madueke and Gyökeres in the door. So why can't we get Reece Nelson and Fabio Vieira at the door then?
Well, hopefully we can.
Even though that would actually bring it on par, technically we've added them to.
Yeah,
so
I mean,
knowing that we were going to sign them, why can't we get them out the fucking door?
No,
why do we have to wait
I agree with you, Aaron,
the fucking July to maybe make like they haven't been in our squad plans for fucking 2 years. Why are they still at this football club?
I haven't got a clue. I'll be honest with you. That's his next chapter. I think once the players come in, I'm hoping, I'm not saying he will, and then we can judge him, and then we can ask the question, well, hang on a minute, how comes we've still got this dead wood at the club? Because we've got Gyökeres, we've got Eze potentially, we've got this one, we've got that one, but we've still got Fabio, we've still got... Then you can start thinking, hang on a minute, what's going on here, Berto? Because players are coming in, but you're not releasing anyone.
So by that logic, then we basically have to complete our whole entire summer and then sell them right at the end. So that's what you're basically saying to me.
I hope not. But it's looking that way.
By that logic, though, you are literally saying that. So we have to get all of our summer business done and then sell these.
No, he's not saying that's all we have to do. He's saying that looks like what's happening. That's all he's saying. That looks like
I think it's going to be a case of. I think we're going to be open to offers.
So why is Bert doing that? Because that's his job.
Do you know what though? On the other side of that, I don't think clubs are coming in for these players. I think they're
not. That's why that's why it's taking so long. He's having to try and fucking sweet talk.
I mean, realistically, if you was to flip that, realistically, who's going to come in and get? Who's going to come in and realistically want Fabio Vieira? Who's going to want Reece Nelson? Who are going to want these players?
Yeah,
I mean,
they've had 6-7 weeks to fucking decipher that.
I mean, listen, they're gonna have to sell them at cut price. That's the fact. Yeah, they're not gonna get. Yeah. So that's what's gonna happen.
Let me just get a drink from the fridge.
Yeah.
They could even put them out on loan. They could even put them out on loan.
They will if they can't sell them. They will if they can't.
Yeah. If they can't sell them, that's the next stage. Because at the moment, and this is what I'm saying, Berta's come into a complete mess. He's come into a complete mess. with the wages structure and obviously with the players that are now come back on loan, he's got to get rid of them. But I think the thing was in his head is right. Listen, we've got to get these targets over the line because last season we brought in 2 players, right? We went into pre-season without even buying anybody. We had nobody. When we went on pre-season, no new players came on pre-season with us. So I think what do is down the players that Arteta wants, right? But at the same time, I hear what you're saying, Aaron. It's you kind of have to start juggling at the same time, and
Something's got to happen. Why have we not sold anyone? I'm not having the excuse of
I think
how have we not sold one of them? At least even one of them. Come on. We're not even in negotiations to sell anyone.
Trossard's favourite to go first, isn't he? I think.
Apparently Parma are looking at Fabio Vieira as well. Apparently Parma.
Yeah, but apparently
Arteta's old assistant. The apple doesn't fall far from the tree.
What would be the process? What would be the process? Sorry, using that word. What would be the process of fielding these guys out to all these guys? What would Bert be saying to this guy? Saying, well, okay, do you know what I mean?
Norms, what I would say is, what was the process last summer when you were giving them loans without obligations? That was to put them in the shop window. Okay, cool. Well, they've been in the shop window. Why aren't you fucking selling them? Because last summer you deemed them. Yeah, exactly.
That's the problem. That's the problem.
But someone will buy them.
That's not Bert's fault.
But it is now. But it is now selling. It's his problem now.
It's problem now.
So if we're saying we can't go, all right, well, he's here to make all the signings. No, actually, no. He's just to listen to Arteta. So what's his job title then? And 2, if his job title is also to just manage the squad, why is he not managing the outgoings? Like, he's had 6-7 weeks to do that. I'm sorry, I'm not.
You're acting like he has gems to sell. Look at the wages they're on. I'm not putting up for the guy here. I'm just saying that this is a hard job to sell these.
What I'm saying is he's got players to sell, and if he's that good at his fucking job with a CV that he's apparently got, he'll get something for him. I'm not saying I want face value for him. I'm not saying I want us to make a profit for him. But if he's that fucking good as what we did, all hail fucking Berta, like people are saying, get something for him. Get 5 or 8 million for Reece Nelson. Get him out the fucking door. Get 10-15 million for Fabio Vieira. Get him out the door. But why hasn't he done already?
I don't know. I think his main priority is to get players in.
Off because he ain't fucking done shit all. All he's done so far is maybe-ish sign fucking Gyökeres. Look, that's all he's done.
I think his priority was at the start. I think his priority was to get players in. I think that was the priority, because what's happened is over the years is we've not been able to get players through the door. We've been, we haven't signed a striker, we haven't signed this, we haven't signed that. And I think his first priority is to get the players in. Now, I'm not saying he's not, as I said, he's got to get players out the door. And if he doesn't get players out the door, then we can start thinking, well, hang on a minute.
When do we start getting players out the door then? When? Like, do we just go once our transfer business is done?
I would imagine as soon as the offers come in, then we can see what players are moving.
So by that logic, D, that's what I'm saying. So we have to make all our incomings then before we start. No.
I mean, no. What I'm saying is, he doesn't have to bring Eze in if an offer comes in for Martinelli for 55 million and the club thinks, do you know what? Let's sell him. That's what I'm saying. So if the offers come in, like say, for instance, if Bayern Munich come in and say, we'll give you 35 million for Trossard, I would be very surprised if Berta goes, hang on a minute, we're going to keep Trossard because we haven't got player X in.
Yeah, no, that's why I'm with you there.
I think what will happen is if the offers come in, then obviously we're going to release the player before a player comes in. That's what I would like to think.
Yeah, I think after the Gyökeres deal, that the next, if we are to make another signing, it will be only after we sell now. I think he will move on to, I think in the next week or so, the selling will speed up.
He's got Jesus there as well.
So how mad is that then? How mad is that we've had to wait then? Because Gyökeres ain't going to be, he ain't even done his fucking medical. So he's not going to be taking over the line probably for another week. Yeah. So then we're at the 20th of July. So by that definition, then, whether that's your opinion, whether by that definition, we've had to wait 7 weeks to sell a player.
No,
That's fucking ridiculous.
I think the offers have got to come in. I mean, we
That's
can't just let them go. We can't just.
Of course, we can let them go.
We've got to get something for
I'm
them.
not saying about ripping them up. I'm not saying about ripping them up.
but
But there is no way that them players don't have some value, and there's no way that we. I get what angle you're coming from.
100% they're going to have value. They're going to have value.
Where you're coming from. I do.
Yeah.
I appreciate that. We're like, oh yeah, and like we've made these signings. Now we have to sell. My problem is why haven't we fucking sold the 6 weeks prior?
I don't think offers have come in
all of our transfer business, but all of our transfer business probably is about 350 million quid. So we would have known that we only probably have, say, 250 million to spend. So then by that definition means that we would need to sell talent. So why would not you fucking start doing that on the 1st of June?
Yeah. Yeah,
like,
I honestly think the offers haven't come in. I don't think the offers have come in. I honestly think that no team have come in for our players. And what I'm saying is
good enough, mate. I'm sorry.
No, it's not good enough. But what I'm saying is you can't. It's like selling. It's like putting a car up for sale, isn't it? You can put a car up for sale, but if no one comes in and wants to buy it, the car's still going to sit there ready for sale.
We're not even putting the fucking car up.
No, but what I'm saying is if no one's coming in and making an offer for that player, you can't sell him, can you? That's what I'm saying. So perhaps you
will get a buy at cut price. We're not even giving anyone. It looks like we're not even giving anyone a cut price.
I think what Aaron is saying is that he obviously wants Berta to be a bit more proactive. I think that's the thing, because we're sitting around and because nothing is happening.
Come on,
it seems as if he's not being proactive. We don't, as I said, we can be all air second guessing. It could be
he's not been proactive, Norms, because he's not sold anyone. The proof's in the fucking pudding.
But you got to remember these players are under contract, haven't you? You can't just go up to a player that's got 2 years left of their contract and say, "Oh, by the way, you're going."
Why does everyone else sell players then, and we don't?
He's then going to turn around and say, "Well, I don't."
Why does that only apply to us, DJB? Why does that law only apply to us?
What I'm saying is,
well, it seems like it does, though.
That's the nature of the beast. When a player's under contract, it has to be right on both sides. That's what I'm saying. So let's use Trossard as an example. Bayern Munich come into Trossard and say, right, the player sits down with a player and says to Trossard, right, Bayern Munich has approached us. They're offering us 35 million. We'd like to open up the deal and say, you know, we're ready for you to go and speak to Bayern Munich. But Trossard could turn around and say, I don't want to fucking talk to Bayern Munich. I want to stay at Arsenal.
Yeah.
And because he's under contract, there ain't nothing Berta or anyone can do. If Trossard says, if Trossard turns around and says, I don't care if Barcelona come in for me. My family's happy in London. I don't want to move. I
get that, but you've got no basis for that argument to say that that's happened here. What I'm saying is I have basis on my debate because we've not sold anyone. You're saying, oh, maybe that's the case, but you don't know that for sure. What we do know for sure is there's no fucking links to any sales on Arsenal players, and none of us been sold.
No, because they're not good enough.
You can make exactly right, but you'll get something for them. I'm not saying that we should get face value for them. I'm saying that they are probably going to be sold or have to get rid of at something. What I'm saying is we're at the 14th of July when the window opened on the 1st of June, and I think it's unacceptable that we still ain't fucking sold anyone. Okay, and then I'll pose this. Cool. So let's say we get Madueke confirmed through the door, buzzing. Sweet. We get Gyökeres in there. How does that fucking change our ability to sell these players then?
Well, it doesn't. You still got to wait for the offers to come in.
Exactly. But so by that point then, so what do we just go, oh, well, no one really wants them?
No, you've got to try and get rid of them.
It's almost like we've paid someone a lot of money, i.e. Berta, with a CV to fucking get them out.
Yeah, no, we've got to get them out the door. We have to. We have to. We've been saying it for ages. Martinelli's got to go. Trossard's got to go.
What difference does our incomings then, which you were saying earlier, what difference does our incomings make to the outgoings? Almost nothing. Absolutely nothing. So what have we paid Berta for then if he's not going to fucking bother selling anyone and only will be involved in the Gyökeres deal?
I think time will tell, mate. I think time will tell. I think time will tell. I mean, we can't really judge him at the moment because, as I said, he's really relatively just walked through the door, and we want everything done immediately. But I think the first priority is to get the players in. Madueke, I don't know what's happening there. Norgard, don't know what's happening there. Kepa.
Madueke's having a medical, I think. I think Madueke's having a medical at the moment, or he was today, I think.
Yeah, I mean that's a crazy signing.
So they're happy. So they're happy to get the shit in, but not happy to get the shit out.
At the moment, that's the way it seems to be. It's crazy.
Whose fault
It's
is
crazy.
that? Whose fault is that?
It's the club's fault. I mean that problem was
and
there.
who's
before.
the club hired to deal with that?
Yeah, but that problem was there last year, Aaron, wasn't it?
Right, but, whose problem is
Edward.
it to deal with it now?
Well, it's Berta's problem.
Exactly.
It's Berta's problem to deal with it now. But what I'm saying is, you can't deal with a problem if we're not getting the offers in from the club, and if the players are under contract and they don't want to move, this is the problem that we've got ourselves.
If Chelsea can sell Madueke for £50 million,
because Arsenal was stupid enough to come in for him.
Yeah, exactly. So there's some mug somewhere. If Madueke can sell if Chelsea can sell Madueke for 50 million quid, Arsenal can sell Reece Nelson for 5.
We've got to hope there's
Arsenal
an Arsenal that comes in
Fabiero
for Trossard and Martinelli and Nelson. We've got to hope that there's these clubs out there that want to come in for Nelson and people like this. That's what we've got to hope for. That's what we've got to hope for.
I just don't agree with the notion that Bert's doing a good job at the minute. I'm sorry. I think he's doing a fucking horrendous job. I do.
As I said,
that's my opinion, and on my own. I'm happy to stand that. I think he's doing a fucking shit job.
I think he
could be doing so much better. Where's
I'd rather him than Edu.
I
don't want to go back to Edu. What you're saying? You'd go back to Edu?
I'm not saying I'm going back to Edu. You said
no. I won't go back to Edu.
What I'm saying is if we haven't got much to go on history on Berta, but at the minute we're going well, he's been a little bitch in terms of fucking Zubamendi. Cool. Oh, that was already there. So what's he doing then? What's he doing? Like, now you boys are only giving him credit for the fucking Gyökeres deal. Cool. All right, sweet. We needed that in. Well done. I'm happy to give him that. What about everything else? Arsenal Football Club.
No, one of us said he's done a good job. I said I'd give it a 5 out of 10.
You defended him. We started it off so saying, "Oh yeah,
he has." In respects of not going round and round and fucking round and round and round what Arsenal have been doing in years previous. We've been going round in circles and we've ended up getting no one in. Whether it's Norgard, Madueke, fucking Joe Bloggs, we've ended up getting nobody. Whereas now, at least we're getting players in, and I do agree we've got to offload players. In fact, we have to offload players, but getting rid of players is a lot harder than bringing players in.
Where's the offloading? And to be fair, we can't say that it's harder than bringing players in because Arsenal was retarded in turning bringing players in.
Yeah, but that's Arsenal. That's been the problem, isn't it? That's been the problem with Arsenal.
And Berta's supposed to fucking fix it, and what's he fixed? So we all gassed him, and I'm part of that as well. We all thought he was going to come in and do this fucking job. We all thought he was going to come in and change it. He's got a CV, and he's got so why ain't he doing it then?
I think.
Why ain't he doing the business? Why have we not sold anyone? Why? So this is what I'm saying. So his fault. So it's fucking. He's not doing enough. We're only going to give him credit for the Gyökeres signing, and we're saying that he's been at this club since May, and the only thing we can credit with him is fucking a Gyökeres signing, and he ain't even got it over the fucking line yet.
Yeah, well,
it will be over the line. But
I think players will go out eventually. But you got to remember the mess. All of this mess is way before he even stepped in the door. I mean, this mess has been caused under the manager and the present, the last guy that went. Edu. This mess goes to the core. This is years and years and years of mismanagement. This ain't just Edu can't fix years and years of mismanagement overnight. It's going to take time, and I'm not. Listen, I'm not praising him up. I'm just saying it's going to take time. You can't. This is years of mismanagement, and to sort that out, wages, deadwood, signings, it's not going to be. It's not a solution that you're going to make overnight.
Cool. That's absolutely fine. But he's got none of them over the line in terms of sales, and one of them over the line in terms of incomings. So let's not pretend that he signed 5 people in the transfer window.
No. Kepa's over the line. Zubamendi's over the line.
Yeah. But so are we giving Bert
Norgard's over the line. No, but you just said one's over the line. You just said one player's over the line.
But Shane, we've already all sort of unanimously agreed that's an Arteta signing. So why are we giving him?
They're Arteta players. They're Arteta players.
They're Arteta identified players. That's what I'm saying.
Okay, cool. So let's just remember this then in future things that Bert have got it over the line, but they're Arteta's players. Okay, cool. I'll stick with that narrative now. If that's where we're all going as a panel.
Well, no. What I'm saying
so Bert have got them over all of them over the line. Cool. All right, sweet.
Well,
so let's run on that narrative then. Bert signed 4 or 5 players. Maybe I'm wrong. I'm wrong then. I'm sorry.
No. He never got.
There are signings, but Bert has signed them. Cool. You know what? I'll shut my mouth then because he's obviously made 5 signings.
What I'm saying is the manager's identified.
You can't have both. You can't have both.
Okay. Well, look. Let me try and talk. The manager identifies the players he wants to strengthen his team. He then goes to the sporting director or them upstairs, as he said at the end of the season, and he says, "These are the players that I've identified. These are the players I want." Then it's Berta's job to go and do the negotiations.
Yep. So Berta signed them all. Cool. Do you know what? I'll apologise. Yep. So Berta's
that's the way it works. That's why you got a sporting director.
Job. I believe it now, yeah. So I just want everyone here on this panel then to take note of that. So whilst there are Mikel Arteta signings, just remember Bert signed them all. Yeah. So
but that's the sporting director's job.
Cool.
It's
the
same as
cool.
So
Bert signed them all. Cool.
Well,
Bert signed Zubamendi. So does that make him sound any better then that he signed off on?
No, it doesn't make him any better. But he's done the negotiations. What I'm saying
is, I just want consistency from now then. That's cool. I just want consistency from now. Then Berta's done a great job. Fantastic. He signed 5 players. He's got Norgard. No, literally, Shane just said that. He signed them. He signed Zubamendi. He signed Norgard. He signed Kepa. So he's doing a great job. He signed 5 players so far. Cool. I think I'm in the wrong here. So he's doing something. He's signing all of them players. Wicked.
All right, let me ask you a question then. What is Arteta's role within the club? Manager who picks the team, who identifies the players and picks the team, right? So that's not Berta's job, is it?
No,
right. So on the negotiation side of things, the business side of things, the money, the negotiations of how much we're paying for players and all of that, who's in charge of that?
Well, prior to this year, it was Arteta.
What actually going?
Because we can't all run the same narrative here and saying that. He has the final say on signing. Now Berta's employed. That's cool. Shane and you boys have already said that whilst Arteta wants him, Berta signed him. So that now debunks my own argument. Cool. Berta signed all of the players so far this transfer window. So let's just remember that that's the narrative. They're all Berta signings. I just want everyone to remember that. That's cool. I'm happy to deal with that. Like, that's cool. I just want everyone to stick to that narrative. Bert's signed them all.
Bert's done the negotiations, but they're players that the manager has identified for the team.
Yeah, and Bert signed them. Yeah, Bert signed them. Like Shane said, Bert signed them.
Arteta hasn't had to check.
Yeah, cool. So that's what I'm saying. Just remember that narrative, though. Yeah, but that's Bert that signed them.
But that's what a sporting director does.
Cool. Just remember, Bert signed him because you just told me Bert signed him. So yeah. So Berta's responsible then for getting the deal of Kepa. He's allowed that to happen. Cool. And he was also allowed Mosquera to happen.
Yeah.
He's also
Under Arteta.
So then where's the energy? So where's the energy from a Mikel Arteta making poor signings for them, but now Berta signed them, it's okay. What one is it?
Well, they are poor signings.
Exactly. So by definition, then Berta's making fucking poor signings.
Because he signed the players that Arteta has identified.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so he's by the definition, he's literally signing them.
So
what you're saying is that if Arteta went to him and said, "I want Kepa," Berta should have said, "No, fuck off, you're not having him."
Well, is that not what you all fucking thought he was here for?
Well, I must have
No.
got it wrong. I thought he was
So
here.
you
he
all
was here to
thought
sort
that he came here to
negotiations out.
just do what Arteta wants. Is that right then?
Because on that
right?
context, then Berta should be saying to Arteta, "Look, you ain't won nothing. Fuck off. I'm picking the team and everything else, and let him run the whole thing."
But that doesn't make sense of what you just said. You just said he just come here, and is he Mikel Arteta's bit? What one is he? Did you all thought that he was coming here to fucking tell Arteta the signings that he's making? But now, apparently, he's just making all Arteta signings.
Obviously, he wasn't.
That's cool.
Obviously, he wasn't. Obviously, that's
Well, we hoped he was. We hoped he was. How could we know?
Yeah.
We hoped he was.
We hoped-
so did
we
you. Everybody did.
we hoped that
Everybody
was
hoped he
his job.
was.
Cool. So that by that definition, then everyone said that Bert's doing a good job. Is he doing a good job? Then
Nobody said he's doing a good job. Nobody here said he's doing a good job.
At the start,
I
of
gave
the
it
show,
a
you
5.
did.
I gave it a
Clip it
5
up.
with Gyökeres. I
Look
gave it a
back.
5 with Gyökeres.
Look back at.
I gave it a
All right,
5
cool,
with Gyökeres.
Okay, cool. So then let's run with this again then. So if Berta's in charge, why the fuck ain't he made no sales show?
I'm not going back to that again. I'm not going back to that again.
Well,
Because
you know what I
he's been
mean? He's supposed to be so fucking good at the minute. Do you know what I mean? He's
Who
doing
said,
all
no
of
one
this.
said he's good. No one said he's good. All we said, how's a 5 good with Gyökeres?
Mate, we're massively missing what we're fucking saying here. Is I'm saying it's been disappointing and no one's agreeing with me. But now you all do.
No one agrees with you. I gave it a 5 at the very start.
It's ridiculous.
With Gyökeres.
But, mate, go back and watch the start.
I won't be watching
mate,
this again, mate. Trust me.
I'm
Mate,
not saying.
yeah, mate. What? Because
I'm
we're
not-
disagreeing, Shane.
listen,
What
I've
we're
not-
being a little
I'm not-
baby. What we doing?
I've not said Berta is the Messiah and he's like the God. He's like everything. All I'm saying is that he's taken over a team.
He's not
that's
been fucking good enough, is what he's
No.
not been.
He's taken over a team that's been completely mismanaged, and he ain't. It's not going to be. It's not going to be a short-term fix. It's going to take time, and eventually, hopefully,
Yeah.
players will go out the door. If players don't, hang on a minute. If players don't go out the door, then we can start going, what's he fucking doing? Why ain't he doing this? But until he does that, it's going to take time. If players are still, if you got your Nelsons and your Vieiras and all of that here come January and all that, then we can turn around and say, what the fuck's he doing? But as for actually, like, for instance, the manager wanted Sesko. That deal didn't happen for some reason or another. So the next best thing was Gyökeres, right? But the manager wanted Sesko. Perhaps he had a bit of influence and said, well, hang on a minute. That's not happening. We'll go for Gyökeres instead. He might have had a bit of influence on that. I don't know. But what I'm saying is you can't, it's something, when you've had a club that's been neglected for years and years and years, mismanaged, and money's been spent here, there and everywhere, no man's going to come in and just wave a magic wand and suddenly it's going to be cured overnight. It's going to
I
take time.
appreciate that. I don't expect that to happen. What I do now appreciate by people's mentions earlier was all he's done was make one signing. Now apparently he's made all the fucking signings. Okay, cool. All right, so then by that metric, he's made mostly shit signings. Why hasn't he made any sales?
Yeah,
Right?
yes. I think Madueke is not a good signing, but again,
The shit. So
yeah,
it's a
absolutely.
fucking shit
Norgard, Madueke. Yeah, but what you got to remember, there are Arteta's players that he's identified for his team.
Yeah. So what's he here for?
He's the one that's gone to Berta.
What's he here for? Arteta, am I allowed to sell Reece Nelson? Arteta, am I allowed to sell Fabio Vieira? Arteta, am I allowed to do this?
This is the problem. It goes back to getting rid of the manager, doesn't it?
So does Mikel Arteta allow him to sign certain players like Norgard and not allow him to make any sales? I mean, come on. Like,
This is where it comes down to the manager, isn't it? I mean, this is what we've all been saying. This is why the manager has to be looked at, and these are the problems he's caused. The manager's caused this problem over the years with the signings and the money that's been spent.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will never blame Berta for that. However, what I will blame him for is his lack of activity now, where he's been signed. He's not a 12-year-old on work experience. He's
Oh,
not.
yeah, he's slow. He's slow, yeah.
He is apparently, and we've all said this, he is fucking the guy to do this. Has he
Yeah.
been the guy for everyone? We all thought, and I'll put my hands up included, he's going to come in and do this and do that, and he ain't fucking done it. He just ain't.
Not at the moment.
He hasn't.
Not at the moment.
He hasn't. Yeah, not at the moment. But we ain't got much longer left. So now everyone's sounding like a fucking. Do you know what I mean? Oh, well, we're just waiting until the plane goes on. Like, now you're sounding like Tom Canton. Like, we're just waiting until the plane flies off. Like, why? We've all had the same energy in terms of incomings. Why can't we have the same energy in terms of outgoings? Why can't we have the same energy in terms of contract negotiations? Like, so we can't have energy for one thing.
No, I agree.
That's his job as a fucking hole. So there you go.
I agree. I agree. No,
Right.
I agree.
Oh,
Again, you can't sell players if teams are not coming in for them. If you ain't got, if you're not stupid enough like Arsenal to come in for a shit player, what can you do?
So that's it. So that's it then. Right, cool. So
No,
there's shit players then.
What
So
can
there's
you do?
shit players then.
If
So
no
just,
one's coming
don't
in
sign
for
them all. That's cool. That's cool.
I'm not saying that, but if no one's coming in, if no one's putting an offer in for Fabio Vieira, nobody's putting an offer in for Fabio Vieira. What can you do? How do you
20. Cool. There's 20 teams in the Premier League. Do you reckon all the other 19 teams are going, oh, we've got shit players, so we can't sell them?
In a raffle.
Like, so why are we the only team out of 19, out of the other 19 that go, oh, well, we've got shit players, so we can't fucking sell them?
I hope teams come in for him. I hope teams.
United haven't got rid of the 5 they want to get rid of.
Exactly. So does that make United a failure? Yes, just like us. Yeah. Like, what we doing here? That's their problem as well. Like, other players have got shit. People have got other Premier League clubs have got players that they need to offload. Why is it different when it's Arsenal Football Club?
Well,
Reece Nelson is a celebrity. Yeah, a fact. Yeah, cool. Shane, that's cool. But why is it? Oh, well, we've got shit players, so we can't get rid of them. Bert has been brought to get rid of them, and he's not fucking getting rid of them. And now the excuses are, well, they're paid too much. That's cool. That's a pre-existing problem, and we've signed him to fucking deal with it. So if he's not dealing with it, that's a fucking him problem. I get that his work might not be fucking made easy by the previous regime, but I'm sorry, if you've been fucking signed and you're paying good money to get rid of these wankers, and you're like, well, it's hard to get rid of these players, that is not fucking good enough. What are you here for then? So all this Berta Cheesewire and all fucking he's coming to do all of this means absolutely fucking nothing if he's too much of a bitch to fucking get rid of him. Get rid of him. Oh, well, blame the previous regime. Cool. Just leave them hanging around like a fucking bad smell, and we'll just let them all go for free in 2-3 years' time, like we always do. And then when that happens, what do? We go, well, we brought Berta in to fucking sell them. It's not rocket science. It just ain't. He's not fucking selling them. I don't get this whole thing.
No.
He's failing. Berta, whether we all agree with more,
the whole thing's failing, Aaron.
Irrelevant.
The whole
it's
thing's
irrelevant
failing.
whether Shane, Normski, or any of the chat agree with me or not is fucking irrelevant. What is relevant is he's been brought in to sell these fucking players, and they've been at this football club until fucking June the 1st when the windows open, and on June the 14th, there's no one in for them. Like, and we're not asking for face value. We're just asking to get rid of them. That's literally it. It's not fucking rocket science. And we're all going, oh, Bert's doing a good job. How's he doing a good job? Oh, we got the Gyökeres deal. All right, cool. What about the other 19 deals that he needed to do this summer? Do 8 of them, and I'll say you're doing a good job. But you've done 1 of them. I'm sorry, it's not fucking good enough. It's nowhere near good enough for praise. This is Arsenal Football Club. It's Arsenal Football Club. We haven't made a fucking single sale. Come off it. It's indefendable. It's not fucking good enough.
Yeah. Well, hopefully we'll get the sales done. Hopefully we'll get the sales done soon.
Yeah. And the longer you leave it, the more desperate we become. Do you know what they'll be, D? They'll be fucking loans again.
Yeah.
But it was brought in.
I reckon Wayne Yeary will go out on loan. Martinelli will be probably benched or something. Yeah. I mean, this is the mess we're in. This is the mess we're in, mate. This is the mess we're in.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
real
And
talk.
this is the mess that we brought Berta in to solve, and he's not doing anything. Nothing.
Not at the moment. No, he's
Nothing.
not. No.
What
he's
was
not,
he out
well,
the jet
players are not
spray
coming
trying
out
to
the door.
clean off the
Players are not
C1C
going out the
on the
door.
jet?
I mean, I was
Like,
just
is he cleaning the graffiti up? Is that what Berta's brought in to do?
I've just been
Clean the
sitting on the
graffiti?
fence with him. I've just been sitting on the fence with him. I think, I think we was hoping that he could come in and say, sorry, but this is what I'm doing. I'm doing this, this, and this, and this. Clearly, the manager has still got a great big hold over everyone. My opinion is, as I said all along, get rid of the manager and then solves off all the problems.
Yeah, yeah, but we've got this manager, this Berta that's come in, just basically sucking Mikel Arteta's cock, and there you go, rubber. Are we any closer to getting rid of him when Berta's just coming in and going, what did you have for dinner later? I just want to know what your spunk's going to taste like. That's exactly where we're at. We bought in a bitch. Teabag, great. Unload your fucking pocket. Like, come on. Like, we all thought he was going to be a fucking big boy, coming in a big player, and he's done nothing. Nothing but sign Gyökeres, apparently. Cool. All right, sweet. That was well worth you coming in then. Buzzing. Like, and that's what we're talking about now. I just think it's fucking I just think it's indefensible. Like, cool. We'll just move on. We'll move on from Berta, and we'll move on now to Madueke, another one of his allowed phenomenal, fantastic signings. Madueke, anyone Madueke in? Berta signing, apparently?
No.
Like Madueke?
No, I don't get the deal. I don't get the Madueke signing, to be honest. I said it on previous channels. I'm trying to get my head around it. When we was linked with him, I kind of come to the conclusion that he was coming. But I mean, the only thing I can think of is what Kenny said earlier on. I think initially he's been brought in as a Saka replacement, as a Saka backup that can also play on the left. That's the only thing I can think of. I can't think of anything else. And that he's a bit direct. He can take, he tries to take his man on, but then he gets in the final third, a bit like Martinelli does, makes the wrong option. For me, I can't get my head around the signing, to be honest. I thought we'd have gone to Kudos or something like that. I think he would have been better suited, but it's a lot of money to pay for someone like Madueke. I can't get my head around it at all.
Yeah, no, Bert's done a great job with that. Suj, big up to you, my brother. Suj, our brother from down under, he's saying, Adam, Sean, Normski, DJB at the chat. Make sure you smash the likes and the subscribers is cool. Yeah, entire panel. Come on, man. What we're doing here? Big up to you. And he's come back in. Save your money for the NTS merch. Save your money and don't super chat again. And you're saying, understand the argument. We haven't sold players like other clubs, yet there are all under contracts and high wages. Totally understand and appreciate that, bro. At the moment, players have the control, and that's on Arteta and Edu. Not but granted, though I will disagree with that bit. I totally get, my friend, that they've left us absolutely in the mess, 150%. I'll never ever debate that. That's fact, and I can't argue it. What I will say is we've got a new guy in now, and he's been here since May to try and decipher this, and so far we have not really seen anything. Do we want to fall then into a trap where we're going to go Bert phase 1, or Bert phase 1 is accepting that we've got loads of crap? Bert phase 2's next year then, is it, where we try and sell some of them? Like, no, we've brought this geezer in to deal with the problems now. So by that definition as well, we have the control, and Bert is in here now. It's not Arteta and Edu anymore. Now it's Berta. Now it's up to him. This is his problem now to deal with. It might not have been his problem that created it, but it's his problem to deal with it right now. That's what he's paid to do. So do it. Yes, I granted it might take a little bit of time, but then we're back to the whole thing with Mikel Arteta. What we doing? Bert phase 1. What are we doing? Work now. Do your job now. Don't expect you to solve everything in one window. But I also kind of do expect you to fucking do something. And at the minute, it looks like he's not doing anywhere near enough. That's my own opinion. It might not be other people's. What can you do? Big up Orcs, brother. Can we judge Berta by the outgoings as well? Facts. And what are they so far? Niente, zero, zilch, fuck all. Because the amount of contracts we terminated in the last 3 years is horrendous. Take that back, which isn't Berta's fault. That's all we do. I've done a show on it. Yeah, and it probably might be looking like the same. Do you know what? If you're going to do that, Berta, fucking terminate all 5 of them. Terminate Reece Nelson. Get him out then. Terminate Vieira. Get him out then. Do something. Make your mind up. And you're right. We're going to judge Berta.
I mean, he's done it with Tomiyasu. So listen, if that's the drastic action that we need to take, then that's the drastic action we need to take. And you know, we're just as frustrated in terms of, you know, what's happening. You know, we go back to the history of the club and the way it's been run and that, but it's a hard one. It's a hard one, and I hear your frustration, Aaron. I hear your frustration, bruv. But you know, what I mean, no, I didn't say.
Oh yeah, no.
Oh, okay.
No.
Oh,
Not drunk. So yeah, we can't be blaming that. I'm frustrated. Yeah. I don't have the best of days, but I'm not taking out on anyone. I'm just spitting facts.
Yeah.
Not drunk. So don't do that to me. In the box, you're cool.
And the thing, and you know what is the mad thing about it? People think that shows that we go on, it's all going to be an echo box. We're allowed to disagree. We come off the string. We're best of mates. So just because we disagree with each other online or whatever, it's part of the thing. I mean, at the end of the day, guys, I think we all want the best for our club. Yeah. I think if we all unanimously say Arteta out, we know that for a fact, yeah. But we want the best for our club, and it's 21 years without a trophy, and we just wanted to see things just done properly. You know what I mean? Just want to see things done properly. Yeah.
No. Listen, fact.
Yeah.
You're saying, relax, brother. Listen, you're saying, oh yeah, you're going to remember being drunk. I'm not drunk. So listen, you're saying, relax, brother Jesus. I'm obviously a little bit annoyed and frustrated. I've got personal things, and that's not your problem. To be fair, that ain't your problem. Like, I'm willing to do that, but don't fucking start accusing me of shit. And then when I recall it and say, no, I ain't actually drunk, don't fucking start going, oh, calm yourself down. Jesus, calm down. Like, if you're big enough to fucking say something in the chat and I'm rebuttaling and saying, look, I ain't drunk, don't fucking then accuse me of just being angry or annoyed. I'm a little bit angry or annoyed, not personally at you. But to be fair with you, bruv, like, there you go. Like, if you're big enough to fucking accuse me of something, and I'm saying no, then just take it. Don't be a fucking bitch. Like, it is what it is. Like, I'm not fucking happy, but don't fucking accuse me of shit when I'm definitely not. I'm telling you I ain't. Right? Fucking ridiculous. Like, what we're saying with sorry, mate, my head's fucking just totally gone, like, with the whole thing. I appreciate a good debate. But what I'm saying is, like, I'm at a fucking standstill with what Gyökeres is doing. Let's just move it aside. We've all seen DJB. I'll bring you up in this one. It looks like there's positive talks with Ethan Nwaneri. It looks like he's signing. What we saying, brother? It's a good deal, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a good thing. It's a good thing. I feel a bit sorry for the player, if I'm truthfully honest, because I don't think he's got a future under the manager. So if he does sign for Arsenal, which obviously from a fan's point of view, we'll be gassed, but I'm looking at it from the player's point of view. So I'm sort of taking the Arsenal hat off and looking at it solely from a player's point of view. From a player's point of view, for it to benefit him, I don't think staying at Arsenal is going to benefit him. A lot of the fans will turn around and say, oh, you know, but we want him at the club. Yeah, that's a selfish Arsenal point of view. But is he going to get game time under this manager? Not really. If we do sign Eze, and we've got Havertz now, with Gyökeres up front, that's also going to be ahead of him. Saka's ahead of him. Odegaard's ahead of him. Eze will be ahead of him. Havertz will be ahead of him. I mean, where's this young man going to get the minutes? Where's he going to play? He ain't going to play. So to better his career and to move him on, he's probably better off. He's probably better off moving on. I would say that he's better off moving on. From an Arsenal point of view, a fan's point of view, of course I want him to stay at the club. 100% want him to stay at the club. But I just don't think he's going to get the game time. I don't think he's going to get the game time. And I think for his career, If he can get loaned out and then perhaps come back and then we can sell him for a profit in the future, or keep him and it be a benefit for Arsenal, even better. But that's where I can see him going. I can either see him going out on loan or just sitting on the bench and not getting any game time. And that's sad for a player like Ethan Nwaneri. I mean, if he doesn't get any minutes or that, then that's going to be a waste of talent just sitting there. So for me, if I was his agent, I'd probably be looking at trying to get him out the club and get him somewhere where he's going to be playing regularly. Because he's got to be about 4th, 5th down in the pecking order at Arsenal. And that's not where he wants to be. Not a player of that talent. And this manager last season has proven to him that he doesn't want him in the team. You know, when he was looking at Tierney playing right wing and players like this and Odegaard dropping stinkers and the guy still wasn't getting in the team. He knows his days are numbered at Arsenal. So, yeah, if I was to put my Arsenal hat back on, obviously want him to stay. But from a player's point of view, I think he'd be better off moved on. That's where I'm at with it.
What DJB? Do you say when you say moved on? What, on loan or actually out of the club permanently?
Well, if we can get him out on loan, so he can get minutes elsewhere, and then perhaps bring him back so he can then be a benefit to the football team, or sell him for a profit, even better. But just sign him for the sake of signing him, because where's he going to play? He ain't going to get ahead of Odegaard. He ain't going to get ahead of Saka. He ain't going to get. If we bring Eze in, there's another. He's even fit. So, yeah, I mean, I can see him going out on loan, which would be a good thing all round, I think. But if I was looking at it from an agent's point of view as a player, I'd be seriously looking to think to myself, right, where can I get game time on a regular basis? I mean, he could go to a team like Brighton or Aston Villa, even that kind of standard. Do you know what I mean? And play every week. Because you've got to remember, he's in England under 21 as well. He's going to get overlooked if he's sitting on the bench at Arsenal. So I feel sorry for him because this manager just ain't really, again, he hasn't really treated him correctly in my book.
Yeah. No, I want to bring Carl Walsh in, man, because we've got an absolute superstar jumping in the building. Always a pleasure to share a screen with you, my brother. What an absolute geezer. What are you making of Arsenal so far, my friend?
Yeah, well, first of all, Aaron, big up for having me on the channel.
Big up, Carl.
Yeah, big up to Shane, DJB and Normski, legends, and big up to the chat. Where I stand is, I was just listening to DJB talk about Nwaneri. I think it's a very, very sad story. I think Nwaneri is one of the best, most gifted young English football players that I've seen in years. And I mean that. And he came in there last season and he did a wonderful job. For the age he is, so mature. He can play football, wonderful feet. He has no fear. He can attack players. He is something that we don't have. I think it's actually more direct than even Saka. And it's unfortunate that he's going to be down the pecking order. And to see him getting sold would be a travesty for me. Both I would be up for the idea of sending them out on loan, bringing them back, see what happens. But overall, I'm looking at the transfer window at the moment. I'm keeping a close eye on the situation. And look, Gyökeres is the only kind of exciting signing at the moment for me, personally. And even at that, I think the state of football, the way it is today, we're talking about Sesko and Gyökeres. You know, football that just shows how much football has gone down levels. Most of it is what it is, and these are supposed to be two world-class, so-called world-class strikers of world football today, and we're bringing one of them in. But I'm listening to a lot of Arsenal fans making it out to be this great signing, and it's one of the best signings we've had, putting up there with like the Dennis Bergkamp being signed. And we're going to win league titles now, and we're going to do this, and we're going to do that. Under this manager, I don't care who we buy in, we're winning nothing. Back to the same work crack again, same roundabout all over again. I'm not impressed. We're spending 55 million on Madueke. What's that about? We're getting in this centre-back fella from Valencia. All of a sudden, he's a wonderful centre-back. Nobody
Did you know him 7 days
I
ago?
didn't know him 2 weeks ago. A load of bullshit, Aaron. They're making these lads out to be superstars because they're coming to the club. Who else is there? Super Mendy. They're making this fella out to be world class. He's a bang average football player. We're bringing in Norgard. I heard someone was saying yesterday, great experience, great leadership. Great fucking nothing. He's had been playing for fucking Brentford. If he was such a wonderful player, he'd be playing with one of the top 4 teams in England. Fuck off.
Tottenham would have signed him.
That's what we're saying. We're buying in players. Look, I want us to buy players that's going to win me a league title. And I'm looking at the transfer window and I'm looking at the players we're buying in, and I don't see these players winning me a league title. Geiger's, as I say, is the only exciting signing so far. Rest of them are dirt. Absolute waste of fucking time. And then I'm saying it, and I'm saying it for years. We have, I did a live show yesterday, I think, on my own channel the day before, and I was saying it. We still have 8, 9, 10 players that we need to ship out. Now, I understand that we're not going to, in reality, we can't do that. But the fucking players are not good enough. Martinelli, I'm listening to this whole thing about Martinelli and Trossard. Martinelli has proved he's not fucking good enough. He's not the standard. Trossard the same. But they're on so big of wages we can't fucking get rid of them. Shevchenko. Then we're looking at the likes of Fabio Vieira, Sambi, Nelson. Why are these fellas not fucking gone by now? And I hope and pray that we do get rid of these fellas in the remaining time that we have for this transfer window. Because if these fuckers are in our squad come this season, we're in fucking serious trouble. So it's okay to say, oh, Geiger's. One player is not going to win us a league title or a Champions League title. End of story. I don't see great. I have no faith in. So you're asking me the question, what do I think so far? I'm a little bit excited about Geiger's. Apart from that, I think the whole thing's a fucking shambles. That's my own honest opinion. Yeah. I could be proved wrong, and I hope I am proved wrong. And I hope the players that we do buy in perform to the high levels and win league titles. And I will be the first to come out and say, lads, I'm a fucking bullshitter. I know nothing. I'm sorry. But until then, I'm not impressed.
Yeah, no, and that's what we do. You know what I mean? We might not agree with certain things, but we're all big enough, old enough, and fucking ugly enough to appreciate, you know what I mean? Like, we're not always going to agree with certain things, but it's frustrating, isn't it? We all find the frustration. We all feel the frustration. You know what I mean? And I will apologize if anyone thought that I'm being like angry or things like that. I'm pissed off with certain things. You know what I mean? I'm angry. I'm pissed off. I'm just like everyone, man. I just want Arsenal Football Club to do well. That's all. And I just see us making the same fucking mistakes, the same errors, the same lack of effort, the same stupidness every single step of the way. And we all know Arsenal Football Club haven't done enough thus far to close the gap on Liverpool and Manchester City, because we can't in one breath go, you know, well, and I'm not saying anyone on this panel has, so we'll just quickly say, you know, a lot of top gooners are saying this, by the way. They're going, oh, Tottenham ain't done much. That's slightly changed a little bit. Newcastle ain't done much, this and all of that. If we're supposed to be then go, oh, yeah, well, we're competing with the top lot. Cool, you mean Chelsea? You mean Manchester City? You mean Liverpool? So still, to this current minute, we're still behind them. And we were behind them on the 1st of January. 1st of June. We're behind them then. We've had 6-7 weeks, and we're still not any closer. We're further away. And it's just frustrating. I expected more. You know, that's not to say that we won't be at the end of the 2, 3, 4 weeks, be blown away with what they're going to do. But as I'm talking on the 14th of July, it's been poor. Shane, it has been poor, isn't it, my friend?
The transfer window.
Yeah, it's not been
Yeah,
good
but
enough.
the only
has it,
one that improves the team is Gyökeres. It's the only player
But-
that improves the team, and that's just
but-
because he's a striker. It's because of what we needed. Norgard doesn't improve the team. Zubamendi doesn't improve the team. Madueke certainly does not improve the team. We're after getting your man Mascara now. It's being confirmed. I've watched him play a few times. He hasn't never stood out. I'm hoping he's one of the gems that Berta kept in his back pocket. But that's just me trying to live with a bit of hope. But no, the transfer window's been muck. But the Gyökeres thing will dress it up a bit, and then we will have to sell if we're going to get Eze. I don't see the Eze thing happening. I definitely the Rodrigo thing was never even even looked at him. Never even looked at him. That was just a rumor.
You're sure, Shane, every day, and you're always spitting facts. DJB the same, Normski aren't the same. I like to think I do the same. I heard a top gunner today run us down. He called us a crowd of fucking clowns because we're getting Gyökeres and we're running all the other signings down. He reckons that the signings that we've done so far this season is going to get us over the line. And we're the clowns.
No, we're not
this
getting
is
top
what
four
we're
next
talking
season.
about these top gunners. They're putting us down. And we're here telling facts, saying it as these lads are out there trying to make money. That's all they're doing. We care for the club. We want the club to win. And everything that Shane just said there, I totally agree with him. Apart from Gyökeres, like I said, a little bit excited about it because he's a striker.
There's only been one upgrade, isn't there?
Waste of money.
Cole, do you know? Yeah, exactly. And I'm going to bring DJB on this.
There's only been one upgrade.
When we signed Victor Gyökeres and Madueke, which will both be combined just themselves about 110, 115 million, then you add the Zubamendi deal on it, then the Mosquera and everyone else, we'd have spent £200 million in this transfer window when Gyökeres and Madueke's confirmed. And just like what DJB just said, we've only upgraded Gyökeres.
Yeah. I mean, if you was like, because you know what, I think Aaron, you know when you was
I'm listening.
sorry.
I'm listening. So,
I think when I was thinking, if you're sort of as it stands now with the window, if you was going to score it out of 10, and I was kind of looking at the overall picture, so I was looking at each individual signing and saying, right, what would I give that signing up against other players, so that I get what we call, if you then add them all together and do your
ratio
divided by ratio, then that will kind of give you an idea of what this window is so far. So if I look at the Kepa deal, that's a 1 out of 10 for me. Yeah,
not even
a 1 out of 10. I didn't want, no, as a matter of fact, I didn't want him. So I mean, sorry guys, let's put a minus in front of that one. right. The Norgard signing again. No, 2 out of 10. 2 out of 10. I'm going to say 2 out of 10. Guy, and we all allowed to, I'm saying 2 out of 10. So hang on a minute. So 0, 2. What's next? What's the other one? Zubamendi. Whoa.
Give a 7 for that. 7. If he comes in and plays has his best ever season, it'd probably be an 8. But
okay.
If he was coming in and you could edge him into the team, it'd be higher. But the fact that he's going to be thrown straight in, Norms.
Yeah. We go with this. Okay, so we're going to go with a 7 on that one, right? So that's so far I've done a 0, 2, and a 7.
Madueke. 2 tops.
2 for Madueke. Gyökeres, I'm going to give a 9 or
give
8.
a 9 for that. Yeah. 9, give a 9 because we need it so desperately. Yeah,
right. Because potentially, and if we get Eze, I'll go with that.
We ain't getting Eze, no. We ain't.
We're not getting Eze. Okay, so far is that five players?
That's
Norgard.
And the new defender that came in today.
Yeah.
We don't know enough about him.
Don't know enough about him. So,
but he's young and give him a 4 to be generous. Norms.
4, yeah.
Was he confirmed today? Yeah.
Sorry. Just Sky literally just confirmed it. Sky literally just confirmed it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what's the name. So that's 4. What did I say? What was my one? 4 plus 2 plus what did I say?
0. Kepa.
Yeah.
2 for Norgard, 2 for Madueke.
Yeah.
And 9 for Gyökeres. Comes out an average about 4.5, I'd say, does it?
Yeah. So far as it stands, 4.5.
No, I said 5. I was being generous when I said 5, and that's just for incomings.
So far as it stands, 4.5.
4.5.
And that's with Gokrez coming in. And as you rightly said, the only place DJ we've improved is Gokrez.
Yeah, everything else has been a downgrade.
Everything's been a downgrade. Sorry,
I'd rather have Martinelli or Trossard than fucking Madueke. That's how bad he is.
Well, Zubimendi's a like for like, isn't he? Zubimendi's a like for like.
But he's not as good though.
He's not as good.
For him to come in,
100%,
and for him to come in and even equal what the other lad did last season, he'd have to have the best season he's ever had. The best season he's ever had to equal what he did for us. He won't be able to protect the defence the way Partey did. He won't be able to do it.
No, I totally agree. But he's
the thing with Gyökeres is this guy isn't going to change his tactics for him. He's not going to change his tactics for him. So his numbers are going to fall off a cliff.
He's got to.
Yeah.
He won't though. DJ, he won't. He'll tell him what to do. He'll tell him to track back. He'll tell him to. They can see him falling out with him at Christmas. Gyökeres will get sick of being
time and time again. For Gyökeres to actually score the 20 goals that everyone's thinking that he's going to score, he has to change his tactics. He has to.
Yeah.
And he has to have a better left winger next to him as well.
He's got to have a better
Martinelli
left winger.
Yeah.
He's got to have a creative midfield player.
Yeah.
Even though this is an unlikeliness, and I said this, I think on yours last night, D, and this won't happen annoyingly. Do you think if Arsenal had this lineup of a 4-2-3-1 and it consisted of the usual defence, that's fine, and you had Zubimendi and Declan Rice as a pivot at the 2, you had Eze at 10, you had Rodrigo at left, and you had Saka at a right and Gyökeres up top. Maybe I might be speaking for myself here, but I'd actually think Arsenal could fucking do something next summer.
Yeah.
Next season. With that team,
I think that team would be pushing.
We're 2 signings away from that team.
That team would be pushing 100%. If we had Eze, but he's got to be brave enough to drop his captain.
I agree with you, Shane, as well. Actually, I 150% agree with you there. Different manager, but he's not going in. Frustratingly, like that. Let's hypothetically, he's not going anywhere just yet. Let's just assume he starts the season with them signings. Whilst I really do 100% agree with you, we'll still fuck it up. Like, would you go into next season? I know I would. I'll go in there thinking, wow, that's a fucking good team. Like, that is a good team.
It'd definitely be a team full of good players, but I'd still have us finishing 4th, maybe, at tops.
What, with that team?
If he was manager final day of the season, I'd still have us definitely finish behind Liverpool and City, definitely. And then, I don't know, maybe we might get 3rd. But that's just with this manager. And then you have to take into account that Saka, we don't know if he's going to be the same. Gabriel, we don't know if he's going to be the same. Wait, the ball gets played over the top of that guy after 6 months out with a grade 3 hamstring.
Yeah. The only thing
first 11 is great. That first 11 is great, but then one injury and Madueke's in. You know what I mean? And the thing with Gyökeres is all the Gyökeres' goals come through the middle. They come through the middle. He gets played through by because they play with 2 number 10s. They only use wing backs at Sporting. It's not from crosses. It's from through the middle. And so who's going to play him through? Odegaard. I mean, he has Haaland and Sorloth at Norway, and he still has hardly any assists.
The only other thing I would say on that as well.
I'm with you.
If you had the players that you just mentioned, my biggest worry, if Zubimendi or Rice gets injured, you then got Marino and Norgard.
Yeah, exactly.
That's
or suspended, DJ. Suspended. One of them gets suspended.
This is the problem.
And the injuries we got last season, they're going to be worse this season. I'm telling you.
You got Marino coming in. Exactly. You got Marino coming in for Rice, and then you've got Norgard coming in for Zubimendi.
And nobody coming in for Odegaard because he doesn't trust Ranieri in the middle.
Now the problems, it doesn't matter who you've got up front. The problem lies if that engine room in midfield, if that sort of defensive, that pivot, whatever you want to call it, is become dislodged, then you're talking problems. Do you know what I mean?
And it will, but because these Arsenal fans think that it's like a computer game, like FIFA, where you just reset after every game. There's going to be fatigue. There's going to be suspensions. There's going to be players out of form. There's going to be players not happy. Saliba, for example. I don't care who we sign, honestly. Do not be surprised, number one, if Gyökeres is on the bench against United, or if he is playing, if he's out the fucking left. I mean, because this manager, if we sign Eze, They're already talking about him like a winger. That's what the press are doing. They're already building him up like a winger because they know that's where he's going to play him if we get him.
Yeah, no,
the only way we get him now is if we sell a load of players. But like, you know what I mean? I don't care. I've said we said it at the end of last season. You can get him prime fucking fat Ronaldo.
I've said it all along,
he still wouldn't get goals out.
We've been saying it all the time. It doesn't matter who you get in.
Doesn't matter who you get. No, this manager.
The core problem is the manager.
Yeah, and let's remember as well, he doesn't want Gyökeres. So he could have something fucking nasty up his sleeve for this guy, playing him out of position, or look, I should have got my striker, and hoping that he doesn't score the first 2 games so he can start Havertz again. People think that this idea that because we signed a striker, everything else goes away. I swear that the people that watch these Cantons and all are just kids that watch. Well, definitely the ones that watch a gal, because they think it's a computer game. You sign a striker, everything else goes away. All the problems go away because you sign.
He's got pace. He can beat everyone else, and he's got 99 shooting, isn't it, Shane?
99 shooting. That's what they think. It's like FIFA or something. Now he's in now. All the problems go away. It doesn't happen that way. You have to remember the manager that's going to be using him. You know what I mean? The manager that's going to be using him doesn't know how to use him. Shane, at Sporting, everything was built around when he makes this run, you find him with this pass. Now it's going to be, now you make this run for me. You get back. You do this. They don't take into account that he might fall out with him. They don't take into account that we don't get penalties because we hardly ever have the ball in the box. We only pass around outside it. I've heard one top gooner, an adult, say, "Oh, I don't want Gyökeres because he'll take penalties off Saka." I mean, you're a fucking grown man, because he was afraid Saka's numbers will drop. What the fuck are we doing here? This is our fan base, man. This is our fan base, man. You know what I mean? This is what they do. They dress it. I just don't. I'm with DJ, man. We wanted him sacked even if he won the fucking Champions League. You know what I mean? Because we can see what's coming. We all can here on this panel. We all know with this manager what's going to happen. He'll find a way to get Havertz in. You know what I mean? And if he doesn't, we have a guy on 280 grand a week warming the fucking bench. What does that do for the rest of the players that are on 100 grand and playing fucking 38 games and ruining themselves? He's getting paid 280 grand to sit in the fucking bench. These players are human. They're not fucking computer games. They'll get upset about things. You know what I mean? Matt Wakey's going to come in on the same wage. There's no way he's coming in on the same wage. There's absolutely no way. And even if he does, we dropped 48 million up front for this fucking guy, man. 48 million for another Chelsea scrub. Oh, Arteta sees him as a left winger. 7 games he started out the left last season. 0 goals and 0 assists. That's why he sees him as a left winger. I can fix him. It's a project for me. Oh, Gyökeres, I know people see him as a centre forward, but I like him just off the left. Or I want him to drop deep, or I want him to play through balls, or it's going to be a shambles next season, no matter who we sign. No matter who we sign, it'll be a shambles next season. And I'm just going to sit back and fucking watch it unfold, man, because these top gooners, they have nowhere left to hide, man. Absolutely nowhere left to hide.
No, I agree with basically everything, every single thing you said, Shane, to be fair. It's frustrating, isn't it?
Aaron, Havertz is going to be a massive problem this season.
Yeah.
In my honest opinion.
Yeah.
And I also believe that he got Madueke, whatever you want to call him. He got him in because I think they might know a little bit something about Saka and his injury than what we don't know. Because I think the push Saka back in, I think we all agree, pushed him back in too quick after that injury to make that.
He's done permanent fucking damage, hasn't he? He's done fucking permanent damage.
And I don't think Saka's going to be the player he was this season than what he has been. And I think this Viduka fella came in for that. That's what I believe, for 55 million. So it's going to be interesting. There's going to be a lot more injuries. And what happens if Declan Rice tears the hamstring and he's out for 6 months?
And he will. He'll be the next one to go down. Apparently he's injured now.
He's injured now already, Chef. So what's going to happen then? We're going to depend on North fucking.
He'll be the next one to go down, Cole. He'll be the next one to go down.
It's a
first 10 games of the season. He'll go with either his back or a hamstring.
It's a shambles. Absolute shambles.
Yeah.
I think the Havertz is a problem. I've said the Havertz is a problem. I think he'll find a way to get him into the team somehow.
He will, DJB.
And it's just going to upset it all, because you got to remember with Gyökeres as well. He thrives on supply and picking the ball up and doing his thing. If we haven't got the creativity to give this forward what he wants, then he's going to look ordinary. He'll look ordinary. And we don't know how Zubimendi's going to adapt to the Premiership as well. Yeah. So, and again, when any new players that come in, they they need a bit of time to sort of, even Henry needed time to settle in. These players haven't got that luxury. They've got to hit the ground running because the fans are going to be on them straight away. You know, the manager's under pressure, the club's under pressure to win trophies. Gyökeres, Zubimendi, whoever comes in, they haven't got time to bed in. They've got to right from the off.
Yeah.
But I've said it to Kenny and that earlier on the stream. I'm just keeping my feet firmly on the ground because I've seen it all before. And if people come in and think, oh, Gyökeres is going to wave this magic wand and suddenly we're going to be like ripping the place up, they're wrong. He's an upgrade. He's an improvement. He's the best out there on paper that we could have signed. Because let's face it, he's no Bergkamp or Henry, but he's the best on paper.
Yeah.
But if you think this player's going to come in and all of Arsenal's problems are going to go and just be finished,
he's got to score 60, 70 fucking goals.
Oh, mate, there's still problems in that team. There's still problems in that team. We've got a captain that's not a leader. We've got a captain that shouldn't be captain.
Yeah.
We've still got no creativity in midfield. We've got a left winger, unless we sign one, we've got a left winger that's fallen off of a cliff under this manager. You know, and we've got Rice that you don't know whether he's better in an 8 or a 6. You know, we've still got... you know,
do you know what, D? It's the season of no excuses. That's what what it is.
Yeah, he's got
no excuses.
Yeah,
and you know what? I'm sorry, Nom.
No, that's why we go back to say, like, you know, Berta's giving him this rope to hang himself. He's got no excuses now. Obviously, I've been sort of looking at the chat, and I don't know if it's true or not, but there's talk about there's a possibility that the Gyökeres deal.
Nah, I'd say it's media norms trying to drag it out.
You know what I mean? You know what I mean?
What they playing now? It's not done, are they? Or,
it's looking like it's going to collapse. I think it's done. I think it's done. But because we've gone through this, because we, as Arsenal fans, get put through the ringer, it's, you know, we're on tenterhooks. You know, when we're supposed to just do the basic thing of buying, selling players, getting a deal over the line, why can't we do it as Arsenal? I just don't get it. Even up to the point where it's been announced the guys are over and blah blah blah. So if it's the media putting this all out there, whatever. As I said, I hate saying this word. In the famous words of Tom Catton, just be patient.
Apparently Newcastle have Ekatike nearly in the door.
Oh, listen.
What does that mean for the old Lizat? You know what I mean?
I'd say they're just going to get him as backup, and they're going to play him. Maybe they'll shift it. They can rotate him out the wing, but they've got Alanga as well, so they could finish ahead of us. Oh, well, I have them down to finish ahead of us next season. I don't think they're going to fall for the
squad chain. They've got a better front line.
Midfield pisses all over us.
Pisses.
Yeah. If they sign a top centre back, they will, because they'll address all the problems. And there's not one player in that squad that he hasn't made better. Not one of them that Eddie Howe has made better.
They need to make about
one of them better.
They need to make about 3 signings that are the right. Easier said than done, in it. They need to make 3 signings that actually work out, that hit the ground running, and they'll be a fucking force.
Yeah, but they're signing. They have Alanga and Jacob Murphy, who was fantastic last season, fighting out for the right wing. Now they have Ekatike and Isak fighting it out up front, and Gordon and Harvey Barnes fighting out the left wing. Then they have the 3 best midfielders in the fucking league if they have man Lewis Miley coming through. And let's get them saying they need to sign a top centre back. The defence is fucking great. You have 2 of the best fullbacks in England. One of them's on $7,000 a week, I might add. $7,000 a week, and we're paying to give you a 50. Lewis Hall's on $7,000 a week. $7,000 a week. And he didn't come through the youth team. It's not like he's on a UK. He spent 35 million on the chap and put him on $7,000.
He's not playing there by default either.
And that midfield we're talking about, if Bruno and fucking Tonali combined are on the same as Havertz. Are on the same as Havertz. You know what I mean? And that's what, and he has made every single player in that team better. I wasn't sure about Gordon. I thought that was a bit of a risk. He only played about 11 games. This is the big money that they're blowing it. He's completely transformed that guy. He's an 8 every fucking game, that lad.
Look at Joe Linton. Look at what he done to Joe Linton.
Yeah.
Jacob Murphy, man. Jacob Murphy was a championship winner. He was outstanding last season. Joe Linton was known as one of the biggest flops in the history of the Premier League. And he put him into midfield. Now he starts for Brazil. First name on the fucking team sheet, man. You know what I mean? Yeah. Look at Dan Byrne. fucking in and out of the Brighton team.
This is what I'm
scoring
saying.
winning goal in
Wanyeri's
the League
got to
Cup
go
final.
because can you imagine
He
Wanyeri
went there,
playing
man.
under
He
Eddie
would
Howe?
ball out there. He would ball out there.
Imagine if Wanyeri played for Eddie Howe, what he'd have him
Oh
doing.
man.
Yeah.
Oh man.
This is what I'm trying to say.
He'd be starting for England in the coming World Cup. If he had 1
You've
year
got to take
already
your
out,
Arsenal hat
he'd
off
be
and
starting for
think
England.
of that kid at Arsenal. He's way down in the pecking order. If he was
I'd
playing, under
hold
Eddie
no
Howe,
ill will towards Wanyeri if he left. None. I'd hold
Yeah.
no ill will towards him if he left.
No,
I'd
nor
wish
would
him
I.
well. I'd be gutted.
Yeah.
I'd be really gutted because since I've been an Arsenal fan, and I include Saka in this, he's the most potential I've seen in a young player come through the Arsenal ranks.
100%, yeah. 100%.
Go on, Carl.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, he
No,
is. He's
I'll tell you, I
the
think
chance
it's
of being
crazy
world class,
that we
and I don't
spent
use world
55
class all.
million. We spent 55 million on Madueke
Yeah,
when we have in Wari.
yeah.
And Wari
Because he
is
can't
the manager
develop
doesn't
him,
trust him.
Cole. Cole, the reason why spending 50 million is an easy cop out for this manager because he's got he hasn't got the nous to coach these players.
Yeah.
So he'd rather spend 50 odd million on Madueke than trying to coach Wanyeri. And
So
Exactly.
can I ask a panel this question then, and anyone jump in and answer it? Does signing Madueke directly affect Ethan Wanyeri's progress at Arsenal?
I think so because he won't play.
Yeah,
Not
think
signing a new deal. It looks like he might be signing a new deal.
Yeah, I
but
think
in
so.
terms of his future, do we think signing Madueke is?
I think every young player on this team.
He was done. He was done before the Madueke under this manager. He was done before the Madueke.
He doesn't trust him in the 10. Didn't play him when Odegaard was out. Doesn't trust him because he doesn't track back. And then he doesn't trust him out the wing because he doesn't track back. If I was Bertha, I'd get that kid out on loan right now to Dortmund.
I'll give you another example. Can you imagine Skelly if he was at another club playing in midfield?
He'd be doing what Morgan Rodgers is doing at Villa, DJ.
He would be doing
Exactly
what Rodgers is doing at Aston Villa.
Yeah.
But this
And
guy has
people will be talking
convinced
about it
him
the
he's a
same
left back. This guy's put him at left back as a default. So he's brainwashed himself, Skelly, now to think that he's a left back.
And he's
Even
going to get
England
found out
pick
next
him as a
season.
left back, but he's not a left back. You watch next season. You watch
He's going
next
to get found out,
season,
DJ.
and he will get found out because he's not a left
He was
back.
by the end of last season. He was getting found out by the end of last season. Balls over the top, doing them every time. Every time.
And I'm not disrespecting Skelly. I think he's brilliant.
No, he's a top player. He's just not a left back.
But for me, he should be in midfield. He should be in
has to
midfield.
be.
This is the problem. This is the problem. I'm listening to Shane DJB saying it about this manager not improving players. Negative.
Mm-hmm.
It is. It's all negative. Last season was the worst football. You and DJB, season ticket holders. It was the worst football I ever saw Arsenal playing was last season. It was depressing. And we're getting in Gyökeres and putting them up forward. And we're expecting this geezer to score 20, 30 goals a season to win us the league title. We have no creativity in midfield. We are negative. We have players chasing back all the time instead of going forward. And Wari, one of the most gifted young English talents we've seen in years. And he's not been allowed to express himself.
Yeah.
And this is a big problem. Martinelli is a typical example. Look how bad he's gone. He was a bright young star, Brazilian, free-flowing football. And what is he now? Chasing backwards all the time.
Just a winger that tracks back.
I'll tell you something about backwards. And let me get this fucking clear. Honor this manager. And I don't give a fuck who he signs. He is bringing our club backwards. Year after year after year. And you could get in 10 Pep Guardiolas next season to start fresh with Arsenal. And it'll take him 10 fucking years to get us back to where we used to be. Because this fucker is bringing us back all the time.
Yeah.
So this is why I'm saying with the Gyökeres signing, yes, I'm a little bit excited. Yeah, look, it is what it is. Are we going to win the titles? No. Why? Because this fucking manager, that's why.
But see, the thing is, Carl, if we got in a new manager today, right? If we got in a new manager today, we suddenly have one of the most exciting midfields in the league. Just like that, because we have Wanyeri and Skelly fighting it out for the midfield places.
Exactly.
We suddenly have one of the most exciting midfields in the fucking league. If you get a proper manager in, like that overnight, you have one of the most exciting. Oh God, we can rotate Zubimendi and we can play Rice in a double pivot, and then Wanyeri can come in and you can play Skelly in a double pivot. You suddenly have a top midfield. You can even say, oh, and then if any of them if a load of them get injured, then we have Ukraine's number 10 as a fifth fucking backup. But because he won't use Zinchenko there, and I wouldn't be starting Zinchenko. I'm not saying that in any fucking way, shape, or form. But I'm saying that if you had those two coming into midfield, like I said, you could have Lewis Skelly in a pivot with Zubamendi, and then if you're playing at home to someone shit, you can play Wanyeri in the 10 alongside Odegaard and just have one holding midfielder and Royce, give Zubamendi a rest, and then you have Zubamendi, Zinchenko, even Marino, and I'll sell all them. But I mean, if you got in a proper manager, suddenly the midfield looks stacked. It looks absolutely stacked. And then you get in a good left winger, or you sign Eze, and then imagine having Eze as well with all them and a proper manager. Just sign a proper left back, and then we're sorted. But the thing is, like, if a new manager comes in, I don't think Timber's going to be right for a while, if ever. I don't think Ben White's going to be right with the injury he played on. Gabriel could break down. No, it's all the manager. It's all the manager. Like I said before,
different manager would have kept Tierney.
A decent manager would have kept Tierney, but this is the thing with this manager. The stuff that the top gooners use to defend him is all the reasons I want them gone. The injuries, they're his fault. They say injuries like it's defending him. It's his fault. Or the red cards, they're his fault. He told them to do the star card shit. That's his fault. Oh, the thin squad, that's his fault. He let all the players go and he didn't replace them. All the things they used to defend him. You have people like Canton coming out and with a straight face saying, of course, Madueke would want to sign for a manager who's improved every attacking player he's managed. And he says it with a straight face. And you're going, I can't even talk to you, man. There's no point even talking to you.
Do you want me to run the clip? This is how mad this is. This is how mad this is. People, I'll run the clip. I don't mean to interrupt you there, Shane.
Yeah, run it.
If you were Madueke, with Arsenal, a club that are far better than Chelsea right now, in a much better position of competing for the top honours, and you got the chance to come into a team to get minutes, play under a manager that has a consistent track record of improving our forward players and getting good results from all of our players, to be fair. Hence why we have found ourselves breaking records for goal scoring and number of wins we've had in seasons, etc., and so on. Then he would jump at the chance, and is jumping at the chance.
Unbelievable.
Why is he?
And you have 4,000 people watching this guy in any one given one stream.
And today I went into one of Zippy's fucking shorts, right? And he's being hyper positive in it the way he always is, right? So we were watching it going, look at him bigging up to Madueke. But his viewers are so soft, they're such wimps that they actually thought he was being negative. And he was being positive. He just wasn't being positive enough. And there was comments like, we don't need to hear this. And, you know, stop being so negative. And then someone else put something in, we don't need your negative. They want to put their fingers in their ear. They wanted, and this isn't a fucking hobby, man. There was someone outside the ground, views are showing it where they were interviewing all these Arsenal fans. Your man was saying, oh, look, as long as we're not spreading hate, you know, just enjoy it. This isn't a hobby to us, you fuckers. You know what I mean? They take it like a hobby. Get a wood burning kit or something. You know what I mean? Go get a hobby. Don't follow sports.
One guy said, as long as the runway is long enough, as long as we've got enough runway.
Yeah.
What do you mean? As long as we've got enough runway, what? So you're not going to take off?
Unbelievable. But now they got to the point, where they're just saying, I don't want to hear your negativity.
Yeah.
So we've been waiting to take off for 2-3 years. Why we keep stalling?
Breaking records, he said. Breaking records.
We're back round, Kyle.
If we're breaking records, we're breaking records and all these players have improved, these forwards players have improved, by that logic, we should have won a trophy, shouldn't we?
Yeah.
Absolute facts.
And the other thing he said, DJ, sorry, you're still going, sorry.
No, I'm just saying, by that logic, if these players have improved and we're breaking records all over the place,
why aren't we winning a trophy? Exactly.
Yeah. But
that's the whole point of it.
It's a stupid calendar year stuff and he's going on a bit, which was 2 years ago now.
Shane as well, like and this absolute legend in the chat, Martin Sapp saying, big up to you, brother. Martin. Yeah, big up Martin. He's in everyone's chat. Big up to you, geezer. He's saying, Tom Canton, you smug so-and-so. Yeah. God bless the fella. That's all I can say, because he talks out of his rear end respectively. This is the same guy, by the way, Martin, when prompted and asked, okay, and this was about 2 or 3 years ago, maybe 2 seasons ago, maybe a little bit more, give or take, there or thereabouts. How long do you give this process to bang? His answer was indefinitely, with such a smug, confident, arrogant wanker of a fucking face that he gave it as long as it takes.
Yeah.
Just infinity time. It doesn't matter if you keep failing 5 years, 10 years, 15, 20, just as long as it takes.
Enjoy the journey, guys. Enjoy the journey. This is the same. This is the same Canton that, you know, that in that clip where he says, "Oh, why wouldn't Chelsea come to a much bigger team than Chelsea?" Chelsea have just won 2 trophies, mate. They've just won 2 fucking trophies, pal. You know what I mean? Why wouldn't he want to go? Give me a fucking break, man. They've just won 2 trophies. And I had someone in the comments, the mutant I was arguing with when he started, actually was saying, "Oh, yeah, and Maresca spent $1 billion. Hang on a second. He spent fuck all of it, mate. And then we're about to spend $1 billion as well, you clown. The question that this started in was, who's better, Maresca or Arteta? And I said, this shouldn't even be a question because Maresca's won two trophies. This guy says, oh, yeah, he spent $1 billion. He's only won 1 trophy. I said, he won 1 a month ago, mate. You know what I mean? He won. Oh, that's just a conversation. There's no point talking to you. There's no point talking to you. You know what I mean? This is Canton as well, man. This smug idiot comes out. I just put up a post or a comment on his video and he just replied back, "You okay?" question mark, as I put up about him being a corporate shill and you don't want to lose your press pass and all that stuff. You okay? You know what I mean? But he comes out with such bollocks, man. He did a whole speech on why it takes time for transfers. It's actually really simple. And then the next day, the Gyökeres news broke, and he opened it by being smug by saying, "I told you we get them." You just contradicted yourself again. Yeah. He's the guy that said that. He also said that the only striker that improves our club over Havertz is Isak. The only one that improves it. Then he gave his first 11 today for next season, and he put Gyökeres ahead of Isak. You know what I mean? Norm sent it to me. It's unbelievable. They don't even pay attention to what they're saying. They don't even take down the video.
They're just in the moment. It's a lot with most of the Arsenal fan base these days. They live in the moment. We beat Man City 5-1. Oh, it's the best thing since sliced bread. But up until we beat Man City 5-1, we were absolutely dog shit.
Yeah. Do you know as well? Can I add a point as well? Like, I'm the youngest on this panel. The last time we won the league, I was 16. There's no disrespect to all of you panelists. You were slightly older than me, probably old enough to be drinking in the pub, however old it might be, with your mates, or some of you was at the game, whatever. I was still 16 at the time, in the pub watching it, when we last won the league, and I still had the same euphoria, the feeling, the buzz. Someone like Tom, I think, is 4 or 5 years younger than me. Now, at my age, say, Shane, if you was 25 watching it, I don't know if it was or not, but 5 years younger makes no difference. 20, same thing.
Yeah.
But at 16, like I was, and Tom being 5 years 11, younger than me,
11 or 10.
9, 10, 11 years old. That's a big old difference in terms of how you process football. That's no dig to all the 9, 10, 11-year-olds out.
Yeah.
There's a massive difference on how you feel about football, how you interpret it, whether you're able to follow it because you're maybe not old enough. There's a big difference between that. So the likes of the Tom Cantons were kids, like pups, still young teenagers when we last won the league. And I'm not giving it like, oh, I was fucking, like, I'm not. I was 16, but I was still old enough to appreciate that title win. And I also was old enough to appreciate all the previous ones going back in history, spending thousands upon hours watching. That 89 documentary I've probably watched hundreds and hundreds of times. And sometimes it makes me a little bit emotional. I'll put my hands up. Sometimes it does make me get a little bit starry-eyed, in terms of like a little bit weepy-eyed, I should say, because I'm just like, man, look at this. Like sometimes when I watch Thierry Henry clips back in Dennis Bergkamp, his best 100 goals, sometimes it does choke me a little bit. I'm just like, this is my fucking, like, mate, I'm glad I'm not on my own. I'm glad you said, when I watch that, I do get a little bit choked up.
No, you will do.
But these lot don't know that. They just think Dennis Bergkamp was just a really cool player for Arsenal. We watched how really fucking cool he was.
Yeah, with the regular top gooners, that's the case. With the regular top gooners, but with these guys, it is.
Kyle wants to come in after you, Shane.
Yeah, sorry, Kyle, but as long as Arsenal are doing shit, right, or not winning, they can keep selling their positivity. Just like I saw in that fucking Zippy chat, where they're like, please don't, basically saying, please don't tell us the bad stuff, only tell us the good stuff.
You're right.
When Arsenal, these guys are the companies and stuff are that's why I always go for them, because they are getting rich off the suffering of my club, and the longer they suffer, if we get in a Simeone or something like that, they won't be getting press passes. He won't be dealing with them. You know what I mean? They know this. Their livelihood depends on this clown staying in charge and keeping us mediocre. That's why they promote middle of the road Arsenal all the time. So that's why I went ballistic at the Zippy video when he got upset that Sesko asked for a sell-on clause. I said, you of all people don't get to get upset because you've been telling the world that we're only here for the journey and it's all about second is great. So you can't get annoyed when a player sees us the way you fucking painted us, pal, because this is they can't wash their hands of this. They cannot wash their hands of this. They've done this to the club. And that's why we have to be relentless with them. Just discredit them at every
And do you know what?
chance.
That's why your breakfast show is a credit to Arsenal YouTube.
No,
That's
absolutely.
you got to just discredit
It's a credit.
them.
It's a credit. Yeah, but your show's a credit to Arsenal.
No, literally. I'm saying it's constant calling out. I've never seen a thing because you got to remember before we came on the scene. Yeah, it was only like Northside.
They had it too easy. What do I always say to you, Shane? They had it too easy.
They had it far too easy.
They were
unrivaled now, man.
Unrivaled.
Now as
they could go on panels like the terrace.
Yeah.
They could go on Never Fouls. They could go on Judge Mo's and Sam's. Completely and utterly unrivaled. Unchallenged. And now they've got fucking challenge.
There's always going to be one of us there. There's always going to be one of us on the panel.
Yeah.
When you ask,
and they don't like it.
They don't like it. They do not like it. You know, sometimes when you're talking to your son or your daughter or whatever, and you put facts in front of them, and they just want to stick their head in the sand. Literally, if you just say, "This is what it is. We've seen it. We've done it. We've seen it. Why can't you see it?" And when you put the facts in front of them, they don't want to know. The normal thing, Aaron, you know what they do? They pick up the goalpost and go, right, let's move it over here.
Over here.
Let's move it over here. To here, to me, to you. That's all it is.
But the receipts are being kept now, and it's not even hard. Like sometimes, a lot of the videos of theirs, most of the videos, unless Norms has sent me something or Danny or something, I'm just checking it live. And I go, hang on a second, 2 days ago he said different. All you have to do is skip back and go, he just said the complete opposite thing. Whatever it takes, whatever the media says, they'll move it. They're scumbags, man. That's why with Igal, you go, right, he's doing it for clout. He's doing it to get on panels to become irrelevant if he doesn't say
it. Sus.
But if he got their clout, then he wouldn't do the panels anymore. If he got to their height, he wouldn't do them anymore. You know what I mean? Because he's no need.
Sorry, we need to bring Carl in, man.
Look at the Shane there, the show and all that. And it's credit. All the shows are credits right across the whole Arsenal scene. And I just like to say, I've been working flat out all week and barely saw the woman, barely saw the kid. And I think it was Saturday I saw the woman and I just talked about Arsenal. And you have to understand something here. I'm going to say something because Shane hit it on the nail on the head there a few minutes ago when he said it's not a hobby to us. It's actually, it's our lives.
Yeah.
And my woman turned to me only the other day and said to me she had a bit of a problem in our relationship. And I have no problem saying this. And that problem was she felt that Arsenal was overtaking her because of the way I'm carrying on about the transfer window, the way I'm talking about it constantly. Well, that's my woman. So I had to kind of take a step back, talk to her about it, and say, I need to calm the fuck down here because I could lose her. Now, that's more than a fucking hobby. And I'm going to say something else. I showed her little clips the other day because she hates football because of the way I go on.
Yeah.
So I showed her a couple of clips and I showed her Michael Thomas, the 1989. I showed her Adam Smith, 94. I showed her those little clips. David Rocastle in the semi-final league against Spurs. And she was really into it. She was digging it. She was looking at and she's like, Michael Thomas. And she actually said, Shane, that sounds like a good Irish name. And then
it don't sound like an Irish Mickey Thomas.
And she laughed about it.
Mickey Thomas.
I was saying all this to her. And we had a right chat about it. And she understands what it means to me. But, like, she had to bring me back. She had to say, Jessica, look, this is getting in our relationship. This interfering with us. We need to, you need to come back to me, like. And I just have to say, when I see Canton talking there, like it's put up there on the screen, and I hear Shane talking about him a lot, and I just see that clip just for a few seconds.
Yeah.
I have to say, just this is me personally speaking, and I'm not saying nothing about this man, right? I don't know him. I'm not getting personal about it. But what I am going to say is this. That clip absolutely sickens me to my stomach. It hurts my heart because I know what this club means to me. To me.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Not to you, not to Shane, not to DJB, not to Normski, but to me.
Facts.
And I know how much I love this club, and I don't need to prove that to nobody because I know what it means to me. My woman that I fucking love said to me the other day, this is getting into our relationship. And I'm fucking 48 years old. And I'm telling you here and now, I see Canton there saying that fucking sickens me because this fan base is full of them clowns.
Yeah.
And they're the clowns, not us.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to see my club back to where it was because my club is my fucking club.
Yeah.
No, fact.
So I just like to get that off my chest because it sickens me because I love this club.
Yeah. And that's why I say they're the most damaging thing to the club. They're worse than the board because they keep him in a job. AFTV and all them, they keep this guy in a job because they have people, the club have people hired to check the internet and they go, well, everybody in AFTV, there's 1.8 million watching that saying every time. There's 60,000 people.
Can I just quickly get done by copyright and share something with all of you because Kyle just brought it up. So I'm going to get done by copyright. It'll cost me a couple of quid. Who cares? We get brought 89 up.
That was two.
I was there, mate.
I think in a way, if Arsenal are to lose the championship, having had such a lead at one time, it's somewhat poetic justice that they have got the result on the last day, even though they're not to win it.
They would see that as small consolation, I would think, David, but you can see we're now well into time added on. Just a few seconds away now for Kenny Dalglish.
Right?
Unless Arsenal can mount something absolutely spectacular in the few seconds that remain.
John Barnes should have just wasted
Nichols in there, Barnes is in there.
There he goes.
Adams has stopped him.
Yeah,
Barnes
goes.
Now we go.
Aldridge is waiting at the far side.
Pick it up
Adams
and
has
boot
got
it.
his man.
Wait, yeah, exactly.
Just run into the corner. Run into the corner.
To go down and into through. The bounce fell his way.
Helmet to wait for the
He
keeper.
flips it wide of Robillard.
Waited.
And we have the most dramatic finish maybe in the history of the Football League. The top two challenging on the night. And the title possibly decided in the last minute of the whole season. But wait a moment. Whelan turning it in. And Thomas gets it back to Lukic.
Cold as ice.
He played nearly 2 minutes of injury time.
Man.
George Graham would love to get out there and play himself, and so did Kenny Dalglish. It's agony for them and for the fans. As Liverpool now,
it's now
for so long it seemed in command. Set the final whistle. Arsenal, the champions.
Hold on. No, get back here. Wait.
A momentous occasion this for Arsenal. Coming here requiring a 2-goal lead and snatched it in the most dramatic fashion in the last minute of the game. A hammer blow for Liverpool. For the likes
should
of
have picked
John
it
Barnes,
up, mate. Put it out.
who over the season have produced football of the most majestic
Yeah, he
standards.
pushes him away. Look.
David O'Leary.
O'Leary.
Just one smart, focused, intentional.
Yeah. And then you have Hampton talking shit.
And you've got the audacity of people at AFTV saying that Arteta's era was better than George Graham's. Are you having a laugh?
You kidding me?
What that George Graham done, man, was just incredible.
2 league titles, fucking League Cup, FA Cup.
With the greatest Arsenal
your last European trophy, maybe
2 League Cups. Only 2 League Cups.
I was touching earlier on. What George Graham done was bang average players, turned them into good players.
Yeah.
There's no way Arteta could have taken that team.
No, it'd be intent.
And done what he done.
No way.
DJB, George Graham to me is the greatest Arsenal manager in history. And
Oh yeah,
When you can press, because he's how much he squeezed in,
Yeah, definitely, 100%. And it's terrible that he ain't got a statue out of that side.
Oh, it's disgraceful. Disgraceful. Well, if Arteta wins the Champions League, apparently he deserves a fucking trophy.
No.
We fucking kidding me?
Well,
Are we kidding me?
You see Canton talking sort of shit every day of the week like that. Egan, all these fucking clowns. Look at the history. We sweep the history under the mat, this new generation of fans. Forgets all about the 1989. DJB was in the crowd. Maybe Normsky was there. Jason
I wasn't.
was there.
I weren't there. I weren't there. I was watching it on a colour TV. And
you're like
you know what I mean.
We were here watching it. My father was a Liverpool fan all his life, and I remember him. He's slumping onto the chair. He couldn't believe what was happening. I was screaming. We had a wooden chair. I broke the wooden chair off the fucking wall with celebrating. I was going mad. I just lost complete control. And I'm lucky enough to remember it. I'm lucky enough. I was old enough to remember and to see and to witness and to know what it meant.
One of the greatest days of my life.
Yeah.
One of the greatest days ever. But DJB, you're told that's crap. That history doesn't matter. I'm told in 1994, Copenhagen against Parma. So what's that? What's that? I'm told it's been all that, them memories. We've been told about the League Cup, DJB. Forget the League Cup. But what was 1993 about then, if that's the case? Are we to forget that? FA Cup, being the FA Cup. What was the doubles for then? Sure, if you've been the FA Cup doesn't matter. Doubles don't matter. A fucking load of bullshit.
Yeah.
So social media is just absolutely wrecked football. You know.
Yeah. Us especially, we've had the worst of it.
Yeah. The quality of everything is totally gone down, isn't it? Like I never thought. I mean, when you can even maybe go back as maybe 10, 12 years ago, and the standard and the quality of player, maybe whilst I will concede wasn't as good as the 90s, like still the noughties and maybe the early 10s.
Yeah,
were
much better.
Still unbelievable players.
Like I mean,
still had unbelievable players. Now
because you had quality players throughout the league.
Yeah.
We brandish that World Cup is world class. We use that world class as if it's kind
pretty
of
much. That's why I always say on my show, I don't.
You know, like a player will have one good season, and we say he's world class.
You have to earn that.
Score a couple of brilliant goals, and we'll say he's world class.
World class.
You know.
Can't just
they don't know the definition of world
season.
Class.
Yeah, you can't do that. I mean, it's subjective, really, because there is no huge definition. But when you're football fans like us,
it's been too diluted, though, Aaron. It's been so diluted.
150%. But when you're football fans like us on this panel and this world-class chat, I think we probably all there or thereabouts, give and take a couple of little bits. Yes, it is subjective, but we probably all would agree what a world-class player is. You know, there or thereabouts. I reckon if you was to say 20 players from now's era, I reckon we'd all probably agree on 17 of them, and asking if they're world-class. Like I'm quite confident.
I don't think there's 17 world-class players at the moment.
Yeah, there ain't. Yeah,
no, honestly, I don't.
Are they? Yeah. No, you're.
I think Fabregas was the last world-class player we had. Fabregas was the last world-class player we had. I think.
I would maybe disagree.
So Sanchez.
Yeah.
Alexis Sanchez.
Yeah.
He was mustard. Oh,
Orba was knocking on the door. Maybe I can appreciate that wasn't world class. He was knocking on the door. But yeah, there's I don't think he was world class. He was excellent.
No, Sanchez was.
Sanchez, yeah. That's the one I'm.
And then in the Wenger era, we had a team full of them, man. A team full of them.
Yeah,
full of them.
Bergkamp,
Perez was world class. Joe Berger was world class.
Lumberg
was world class. Lumberg was world class.
Problem is world class to be branded too much.
Henry.
You go through our underrated lot. Like Freddie Lundberg would be probably the best winger in the Premier League. And he wasn't even the best winger at Arsenal.
Will Thor would be up there as well.
Yeah. Like Ray Parlour would be, and I love Ray Parlour. Ray Parlour would be unbelievable. He was our best player in '98. Lauren at right back, you'd probably argue and say Lauren was unbelievable.
He was unbelievable. Central midfielder.
Yeah.
Gilberto Silva.
Gilberto Silva. It'd be the best central defensive midfielder in the Premier League right now. I reckon he'd rival Rodri. Like I really do.
How you got to look at it, right? The best way to sort this out, if you was to name your top 15 Arsenal players, you'd be struggling to name you'd be struggling to name a player that plays in this Arteta era in with that 15.
Wouldn't be one.
Yeah.
No.
There wouldn't be one.
Yeah.
Straight, you
Yeah,
know,
wouldn't.
Bergkamp, Henry, Vieira, all them players. You'd be struggling to pick a player in this current Arteta era to put in that 15.
Joe, it's funny, DJB. I think it was the first stream I did with Aaron on the call-in. We were asking which players would get in, and I said the only way that I would have Saliba if he had been coached by Arsene Wenger from when he was young.
Yeah.
Then I think Saliba could have grown into. He could have grown into to maybe replace Poirier.
If you went into a
Wenger
squad,
as a manager,
it'd take over Pascal Segon, and that's it.
as a squad player. And Saka might.
If you added the squad into it, yeah. If you added the squad, and you was like, you've got an 11, and you've got 5 subs, old school, how it used to be 5 subs.
Funnily
then
enough, I think
you'd squeeze a couple in.
Even Raya wouldn't make the goalkeeper. Raya wouldn't make the goalkeeper.
No, Jesus, no.
No one.
Not ahead of Lehman. Lehman was a fucking.
It'd make the bench back up.
He'd make the bench.
It'd make the bench. Do you know what? I would actually even argue this in '98. I don't actually think he'd get over Meninga.
Alex Manninger was a beast, man.
He was unbelievable.
He came into that run when we didn't let in fucking in 10 games or something in a row. He was a big part. The save he made against West Ham was ridiculous, man.
He won us that double.
He was brilliant, Alex Manninger.
Alex Manninger was fucking unbelievable, man. Like he was such an underrated keeper at the time. I actually think he'd be better than David Raya now if you put him.
He would be. Yeah,
I really do.
But he came in, made his debut on a league run, and didn't let in a goal for 7 or 8 games or something. Like what David Lehman was doing. Unbelievable. And one of them was that. Wasn't he in goals? Was he in goals at Old? No, Seaman was in goals. No, was Manninger in goals at Old Trafford?
What's that for the 6-1?
For the 1-0. No, for the 1-0 when we beat them in '98 when Overmars scored. Manninger in goals.
I don't think. Yeah, I think.
Wearing that shirt.
Yeah, it wasn't. What's the name? I think it was. I think it was. The goalkeeper. I
can't picture the goalkeeper now. It's annoying. All I can always picture is fucking Overmars being played through, and then what a finish that was. Yeah, I can't picture our keeper. I mean, you might be right. Yeah, I'm not 100% sure.
No, he wasn't in goal.
It wasn't Seaman. I don't think Seaman was in goal. It wasn't Seaman.
No, it wasn't Seaman.
It must have been Meninga then. Yeah,
I think it was Alex Meninga.
I think it was Alex Manninger. I think I remember being in.
I don't think
it was.
Because remember we had a number of players out in that game.
Yeah,
I mean, Henry was in there. Do you know what I mean? So,
well, we didn't have Henry.
That's what we used to do. We had players out. Obviously, we all know anyway. In 2002, we didn't have Henry. We didn't have Bergkamp. I'm sure Patrick Vieira wasn't there. I'm sure Perez was still injured because he got injured. And we turned up there with Kanu, Wiltord up front. Kanu and Wiltord would probably start for 17 Premier League teams.
Oh, Kanu was incredible.
Like they would. They couldn't even fucking make it onto our fucking first team bench, and we had 2 fucking strikers. Like Kanu and Wiltord would probably start for the last 17 other teams. They would.
Yeah.
17 teams in the Premier League. They get a game.
Hence the problem now, Aaron. Hence the problem now. If this Gorkarez gets injured, we're back to square one.
Of course.
Manninger was in goals, lads.
Did you have a little look? Yeah.
It was Meninga. It was.
And we started with fucking Christopher Ray up front. And came off the bench in that game. Christopher
Ray.
He scored the winning goal.
Cousin with George Ray.
Win in the league. I think it was Wolves it might have been.
Derby County.
Yeah, he got a goal.
Derby. Derby. One day.
Yeah. You got the winner. He came in, did a job. He started against United as well in the 3-2. It was fucking Christopher Ray and Anelka making his debut when we beat them 3-2. The best United team in fucking history. What a manager.
Anelka, man.
Ray Parlour in that season. If Bergkamp hadn't played so well, Ray Parlour would have got player of the year. He was man of the match in the FA Cup final.
Do you know he's still our highest Premier League caps. No one's played more Premier League matches than Ray Parlour, still to this day.
He was brilliant.
Do you know Parlour was brilliant?
Turned into a bit of a player now, but he was unbelievable. Because I remember when Wenger, in the first full season, that 97-98, and we had signed Petit, and I said, because Winterburn was one of my favourite players, and Petit had been a left back at Monaco, and I was like, why is he replacing Winterburn? And then the team came out, we played Leeds, we drew 1-1, And I thought, okay, well, Petit's in midfield with Vieira. Vieira had already played. I was like, that's grand. Overmars made his debut. And the one that I was going, for fuck's sake, Ray Parlour, right? Because he hadn't been great for us for a couple of years. And then by the end of the season, I was like, Ray Parlour's one of my favourite players, man. That guy was unbelievable that season, up and down the pitch. Goals, assists, everything. I remember his hat-trick against Newcastle. I think it was 2000.
Yeah, he was incredible.
2002-ish. He hadn't scored all season. He banged in a fucking hat-trick. He was a top player, that guy, man. Top player. Obviously, the FA Cup final goal against Chelsea as well.
Yeah,
it's only Ray Parlour. Boom. Unbelievable.
Aaron, I'm going to jump off.
Okay.
After up here in the barn, bro.
Yeah, big up, Carl.
Aaron has gone.
Yeah, bro.
Is that all right, lads? Listen, thanks, Aaron, for having me. Shane, DJ B, and Normski.
Legend, Carl. Speak to you soon, my friend. Take care, brother.
Take it easy, mate.
I may hit the
Love
bait.
always, brother.
I'll see you all later on. Big up to you all.
See you later, Carl. Have a good one, mate.
Yeah, big up,
Have
Carl.
a good one, lads.
Legend, man.
Big up, man.
Take it easy, my bro.
But yeah, that FA Cup final when Ray Parlour scored, my favourite moment of that was, remember Lundberg's goal when he broke through and bent it in top corner?
Yeah.
Remember Lundberg? But my favourite bit of that is that Lee Dixon was warming up behind the goal and he runs away celebrating before it hits the net because he saw it going in.
Exactly.
And so he runs away celebrating like, oh yes!
I just want them days back, man. I just want them days back.
That is the thing. That's the thing. We're so starved of.
We need a Wembley final. We need a fucking parade. We just need something, man. We just need.
It's hope, DJ. It's hope for me. Do you know that? That's what I was saying on my show. He's taking away my fucking hope. That's all I ask. Don't ask for much.
You need some hope, man. You need some hope. I got some hope here, man.
Some hope, man. I need some hope. Give me some hope. Oh man, it's only Ray Parlour.
You see
yeah, it's frustrating.
He was playing centre mid that day as well.
Really frustrating. Oh, dear, I don't know, man.
It's all right. It's only Ray Parlour.
Ray Parlour, yeah.
What a player.
Drew, say it.
Romford, Pele, Marnick, Woods.
Listen, he says it now. It's all right. It's only Ray Parlour.
It's not playing.
Oh, it's not.
Oh,
for fuck's sake.
You're sharing the wrong screen, I think. I think you're sharing the old screen, eh?
Is that better?
No, we're back to all four of us on the screen.
That's